Just started university, and my beautiful tutor turns out to be the mother of my child. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 776, Is Fitness So Introverted? Since the four treasures gradually came into the public eye, Raymond Lam has become accustomed to being a public figure. As the national dad, he has not only raised the four treasures to adulthood, but now the little one has skipped a grade and entered the 6th grade. Occasionally waking up in the middle of the night and thinking about his life, he is content and happy. In the past, he was busy taking care of the children and being a nanny. Now the children are all grown up and the family is financially better. Should he find something he likes to do? Well, it seems that he has no special skills except cooking and doing housework. After 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Zhang Yuxi prepared dinner and waited for him. The little one went to make up lessons and would not be back until after 8 o'clock. She looked at Raymond Lam with a smile. Finally, Raymond Lam put down his bowl and chopsticks and couldn't eat. Wife, if you have something to say, just say it. Don't laugh like that. It's creepy. Why am I laughing? While washing the dishes, Zhang Yuxi said sourly, looking at Raymond Lam from time to time. Alice, you don't know how popular you are now. Many people call you husband and want to contradict you. Raymond Lam is also a frequent surfer and smiled. Wife, these girls are just joking. Their husband is sometimes this male star and sometimes that male star. They are fickle. Besides, everyone knows your husband. He only favors you. Why are you jealous? Zhang Yuxi is also over 50 years old. Even if she takes good care of herself and pays attention to it, she is still old. And her husband is the same as before. Just for this, she is so jealous. Raymond Lam understands Zhang Yuxi's anxiety about her appearance and he will take care of her emotions. He grows a beard like a middle-aged man and occasionally doesn't care about his appearance. How can you say that he is handsome and not take his appearance seriously? But what can you do? Raymond Lam is like a bottle of aged and mellow wine. He tastes good and I don't know how many girls miss him. He would tell Zhang Yuxi I love you many times every day to express his feelings and relieve Zhang Yuxi's anxiety. Zhang Yuxi hugged Lin Feng's waist. Husband, what should I do if you are too outstanding? When he was young, she still had the capital to be proud. Stunning face, elegant temperament, talent of being well-read. But now, everyone only sees her as a woman over 50. A well-maintained old woman, nothing else. Lin Feng changed the subject. Did Xiaobao leave any food? Oh, look at my memory, their teacher left food. Suddenly, Lin Feng thought of something. Sanbao told me that many people in the class like Xiaobao. The era that society has given them is different now. When the four treasures were in elementary school, they didn't know anything except studying. Speaking of this, Zhang Yuxi was very open-minded. Their liking is just a liking for good-looking things, and there is no other feeling. Xiaobao is an excellent and good-looking girl. It is normal for some girls and boys to like each other. As parents, we should keep a normal mind and don't make a fuss. Lin Feng felt that what his wife said made sense, and he couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. After dinner, Zhang Yuxi went to the gym. She had to let time leave traces on her body and go slower. After a while, she called Lin Feng to come over. Take a picture. Huh? Take a picture of my 4 pieces, hurry up. It will be gone in a while. Lin Feng didn't understand, but he still listened to Zhang Yuxi's words and took a picture quickly. Wife, what are you doing? Zhang Yuxi breathed a sigh of relief, then logged into her husband's social platform and wrote a line of words. Picture JPG. Let me show you my family's 4 pieces. Seeing the likes, reposts, and the praise of the mother-in-law below, she smiled happily. Lin Feng. Only then did he know that their sons and daughters, including sons-in-law, had clocked in. Sons, all 8. Daughters, all 6. Now add Zhang Yuxi, who is 4. Speaking of which, the only one missing is Xuan Jiai. She is thinner, but still 1. Oh, yes, there is also Kaixia. Zhang Yuxi went to take a shower and was in a good mood. Raymond Lam shook his head and laughed. Soon, in the comment section, the second child lined up to give Zhang Yuxi face and praised her. And, apart from the little brat Xiaobao, the Lin family also has the girlfriend of the 4th child and the girlfriend of the eldest child. Many people ran over and left messages under Kaixia again. Look, your future mother-in-law has also checked in. Do you want to show some respect? A few dollars doesn't matter. After all, a family should be neat and tidy. 2 hours later, Keisha checked in at the gym. It's outrageous. $6. Exclamation mark. The comments section exploded instantly. I thought she was bronze, but she turned out to be a king, giving you a critical hit. Many people burst into tears. Is fitness so involuted now? How can those who only have 1 yuan survive when they always have 6 or 8 yuan? The fat girl Zhuan Jie also feels bad. Although she has begun to lose weight, she is still a little fat. But wanting 8, 4, or 6 yuan is just a foolish dream. Seeing this, she felt terrible and looked at Sibeo with her mobile phone pitifully. Sibeo came over and comforted her. It's okay, I just like you like this. Zhuan Jie found a pen, drew a few yuan for herself, and then took a photo in front of the mirror. Sibeo smiled and sent the photo. Don't curl it, don't curl it, my little fat girl is crying secretly. Then she saw the cute 6 yuan and the picture of cheering. Zhuan Jie felt that she had to have 4 yuan anyway, otherwise she would not fit in with their Lin family. Sibeo laughed. How can it fit in? Do you have to graduate from a famous university? Because Zhuan Jie was fat, she felt very inferior even though her family was rich. She thought marrying Sibeo was the luckiest thing in her life. In order to match Sibeo, she can do a lot of things, and she loves humbly and carefully. This sentence made Zhuan Jie cry again. Oh my god, she doesn't seem to be a graduate of a prestigious university. If you count carefully, there are 10,000 gaps between her and Keisha as her 2 daughters-in-law. No, 100,000. When Sibeo saw her like this, he knew that she was thinking about something again, so he just went for it. This punch-in finally came to an end with Zhuan Jie. In a blink of an eye, it was October and a long vacation. The couple was thinking about where to take Xiaobao to play, but what a coincidence that Xiaobao took an advertisement and had to go for an audition. These long vacations were instantly settled. For this trip, the time was fully arranged. As Xiaobao's father and agent, Raymond Lam must accompany him. After finishing this matter, this vacation is over. Sob. Everything, life is the same as before. Chapter 777 Sleeping in Separate Beds. In mid-October, Sibeo and Zhuan Jie had a quarrel. The father and son had a long video chat, and Zhang Yuxi listened on the side. In fact, quarrels are very normal between lovers and between husband and wife. Sibeo has a carefree personality, while Zhuan Jie loves cautiously. It is not easy for the two to be together until now. The cause is also very simple. The equipment at home is gone. Zhuan Jie said she didn't mind, but he minded. Sibeo is playful and has not yet made plans to be a father, so he has not thought about having children for the time being. But Zhuan Jie has long wanted to be a mother. She wants to have a child with Sibeo. But he couldn't get rid of her. The next morning, he found the equipment under the clothes in the closet. He was a little angry and asked Zhuan Jie why she hid the things. Moreover, the two had agreed that they would start having children after a few more years of being single. She also agreed, but she didn't expect it to be like this in the end. Sibeo was very angry. Raymond Lam and Zhang Yuxi could only be a listener. They really couldn't do anything about making plans. Lin Feng had only 2 relationships, one of which ended halfway, and he met Cha Mei. The other one was with Zhang Yuxi. They were married first and then fell in love, and the road went smoothly. Zhang Yuxi was not much better. Lin Feng was her first love. Even so, they didn't have much experience. After listening for a while, Lin Feng said slowly, Sibeo, I can be a listener, but I can't do anything else. Putting aside the matter of feelings, you two have completely different personalities, and it will definitely take time to adjust. Besides, whether it is feelings or other things, you have to put yourself in your partner's shoes and communicate more with your lover. Well, it feels like I said something, but it also feels like I didn't say anything. After Sibeo finished complaining, he felt much better. Dad, you said I told her many times that I love her and will not leave her, but she is prone to worrying about gains and losses. After talking for another half an hour, Lin Feng breathed a sigh of relief. Ah, it's finally over. Zhang Yuxi laughed at the side. Sibeo will definitely be sad if he knows. Lin Feng didn't care. It's okay, people, just talk about it when they encounter problems. These two people, one is willing to fight and the other is willing to be beaten, Who can I blame? Zhang Yuxi is still responsible. This is not a solution, otherwise we can find a chance to talk to her. Lin Feng asked back, what to say? Can you solve the couple's problems? Zhang Yuxi was so angry that she hit his chest. Talk nicely. Lin Feng's biggest headache is emotional matters. After all, you are willing, and if it's not suitable, just break up. It's like this for a while, and it's like that for a while, and he's tired of watching it. But young people are happy to do this. What does it mean? It means they are not mature yet. When they are mature and know what they need and want, it will be fine. I think this matter, if there is really a child, it will be a good thing. Sibao returns to the family, and Zhuan Jiayi doesn't have to worry about gains and losses. Zhang Yuxi was so angry that she didn't say anything and left directly. Lin Feng. Ah, this, isn't it? 10 minutes later, Lin Feng went to the study room with a smile on his face. He saw Zhang Yuxi sitting by the window with a sad face and no intention of paying attention to him. Are you blaming me for not caring about the children? You are wronging me. I have brought them up since 2 months ago. Who wouldn't care about them? But you also know that it is not good to interfere in matters of love. Maybe we will make things worse. Lin Feng talked for a long time, and Zhang Yuxi finally responded. You are a man, what do you know? Yes, you are right. I don't know anything. Then, do you know? I definitely know what Zhuan Jiayi thinks. She is actually similar to me now. Lin Feng said after careful consideration, I would like to hear more about it. Zhang Yuxi looked at the face in front of her that had not been weathered, as if punching cotton. Finally, she sighed. Let's talk about it. Lin Feng's mind was full of alarm bells. This. We are clearly talking about the children, why are they involved? When a woman wants to talk to you, it means that the relationship between husband and wife is in trouble, and the problem is not small. Zhang Yuxi held Lin Feng's face with a sad look. Husband, do you know that I am under increasing pressure now? Before, even though I was a few years older than you, I took good care of myself and looked good, so I thought I had no worries. But now, look at you, you are still so handsome, still so. Lin Feng grinned, a little bit wicked, still so. Zhang Yuxi couldn't laugh. I am getting older and older now, feeling the passing of time, while you are in your prime. I feel uncomfortable facing you and those young girls. I'm afraid you will dislike my husband and dislike my out-of-shape figure. Will there be a day when you will get tired of me and marry a young and beautiful girl? Then say you love her and do everything you did to me with her again. When she said this, Zhang Yuxi felt as if her heart was stabbed. She couldn't bear that day, and she didn't dare to imagine it. Lin Feng felt uncomfortable seeing her like this. Zhang Yuxi, what a proud woman she was before. Don't think too much. My husband will love you forever. My husband will love you forever. Come on, kiss. Woo, how can you love me forever? You will change your mind. Nonsense, I love you for my inner beauty, not my outer beauty. Bullshit, you just thought I was pretty. No, I didn't see what you looked like at the beginning. Don't talk nonsense. I'll love you from beginning to end. Men's mouths are deceiving. There are many ways to coax a woman. Who knows what will happen in the future? Hey, what should I say so that you will believe me? Why don't I swear that if I don't love you, I will be struck by lightning? Swear? Do you think this old trick can deceive me? Well, since this doesn't work, Lin Feng thinks it might be better to start from reality. In that case, let's talk about facts and reason, okay? Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng with tears in her eyes, waiting for facts and reason. Lin Feng wiped her tears and said carefully. Suppose we really get divorced, and I find someone younger, with 4 or 5 children, they will kill me with a knife? Stop, listen to me. Zhang Yuxi refused to listen. You mean, you were planning to find another one, but you didn't dare to because of the children, right? No, you are their father, can they stop you from doing what you want? Go find someone if you want, and I will tell the children later that we will divorce peacefully, and we will be well and not disturb each other. Lin Feng was stunned. I am the if, do you understand? Zhang Yuxi had a cold face and stopped crying. Many things are tested with if, that's what you think. Okay, I'll grant you that. Lin Feng was speechless for a long time. Well, wife, can I say that you are very good at using your imagination? Zhang Yuxi felt even more uncomfortable. From today on, we will sleep in separate beds. Chapter 778 Relationship Consultation. Hearing this, Lin Feng tried to save the situation. Don't, my wife. I didn't make the right analogy. Let me change it. I promise it's accurate. I've been married to you for 30 years, right? If I had such a philandering heart, why would I have waited until now? Zhang Yuxi replied, that's because I was quite pretty before. Lin Feng quickly expressed his opinion, you are still very beautiful now. Zhang Yuxi ignored him and continued, maybe you have already done it, but you just kept it a secret from us. Maybe one day, a woman with a child will come to recognize her as her relative. It's not impossible. This time, Lin Feng was really stunned. Wife, can you watch less bloody TV series? Zhang Yuxi didn't like those bloody TV series before, but now she's watching them every day. Oh my. Watching Zhang Yuxi leave, Lin Feng had no choice. When a woman is unreasonable, she is the biggest in the world. Lin Feng heard the door of the next room slam. He walked back and forth in the room several times, clapped his hands, it's all Sibeo's fault. If it weren't for him, nothing would have happened tonight. He had to settle accounts with his son. Lin Feng came to the group, blocked Zhang Yuxi, and added several children. He added several times. Everyone thought something big had happened. Why was he so anxious in the middle of the night? Just like that, Dabeo, who had just fallen asleep after staying up late, got up and connected the video. Erbeo was taking a beauty sleep, and the message from the special attention person woke her up. Sanbeo was communicating with Xiaoyong and writing music at the same time. Sibeo was arguing with Zhuanjiai. The other people in the group, Keisha, and Zhuanjiai. As for the second son-in-law, don't expect him to be online. It's good enough that he can go home. They were also woken up. Although he didn't add them when he came out, they could watch it. I wondered if someone was sick in the middle of the night. No. When the video was opened, it was Lin Feng's angry handsome face. As soon as he came up, he scolded Sibeo. Look at you, you came to me for relationship consultation at night? Are you crazy? Your father and I have only one woman in our life, your mother, what do I know? You and Zhuanjiai are both adults, you should handle your own affairs, come to me? Ha ha ha. Do you know your mother? Is she crazy now? She said I am too handsome and she is old, should I find someone else? I explained for a long time, but she didn't listen, and she also had a lot of twisted reasons. There is nothing outrageous, only more outrageous, saying that maybe one day a woman will come with a child to recognize her relatives. They said it might be your brother or sister or something. Listen, all this was created by you. Okay, now I am the same as you, I have to find a way to coax your mother, tell me, how to coax her? Huh? Huh? Zhuanjiai, your future mother-in-law said she has the same idea as you, I don't know what you think, but I hope you can persuade her. Several people were stunned. They haven't seen their father so angry for many years. Sibeo, the culprit, didn't dare to say a word, and looked at Zhuanjiai next to him. Zhuanjiai, who was cued, smiled awkwardly, not knowing what to do. In the video, Raymond Lam was still talking. Zhuanjiai, uncle doesn't know what you are worried about, worrying about this and that. But have you forgotten what you looked like at the beginning? How fat you were at that time, didn't Sibeo still like you? Women should be more confident. Look at Erbeo and Sanbeo, they act like they are the coolest and the most beautiful. You should have the same attitude. Erbeo and Sanbeo, Dad, thank you. I've said so much just to tell you that if you have any relationship problems in the future, don't come to me and your mother. Oh, by the way, especially your mother, don't tell her, so as not to let her have wild thoughts again. You can come to me and talk to me, I don't have any practical suggestions, but I can still be a good listener. Remember. Also, your mother is angry with me now, tomorrow you call her one by one to comfort her. After raising a child for 1,000 days, it's time for you to be needed. Don't show off, you should help me when I need you, don't give me icing on the cake, oh, you're wrong, help me when I need you. After complaining, Lin Feng was not so angry anymore. Several children were silent. Lin Feng asked, did you understand? Several children nodded in unison, indicating that they understood. Lin Feng felt that he might have been a little harsh just now and shouldn't have said that to Sibeo. Sibeo didn't mean it, so he said, Dad was angry just now, you still have to share your daily life with Dad in the future, okay? Among the children he gave birth to, Sibeo was the only one who talked a lot, calling him from time to time tried fun. The others were very busy, so it was okay. If he loses Sibayo's phone number, he will be sad. Sibayo resumed his smile. I know, Dad. From now on, we will talk about men's topics behind Mom's back. Seeing that the time was almost up, Lin Feng said with concern, Go to sleep, go to sleep, remember to call tomorrow. Dad will supervise you, call. If my wife is still angry, it must be that you didn't do your job well. Haha, Dad is asleep, you should go to bed early too. Lin Feng really came and went in a hurry. After he turned off the video, several people looked at each other, all feeling like they were dreaming. Everything happened too fast and too suddenly, like a gust of wind blowing by. Bayo blinked. Oh my god, my brain just reacted now. Sanbayo also asked Sibayo, did you quarrel? Why? Bayo yawned. I'm going to sleep first, I'll talk tomorrow, remember who reminds me to call Mom. I'm afraid I'll forget. In the family group, Lin Feng left, Bayo left again, and the remaining few people started gossiping. Zhang Yuxi and Sibayo looked at each other, and then it was Bayo's turn to teach him a lesson. What's the point of asking Dad about matters of love? Is it useless? Their dad's emotional experience is not as rich as that of his daughter. It's better to ask her than him. Bayo pretended for a while, then changed the subject and asked in the group what was going on. Zhang Yuxi winked at Sibayo, if you tell anyone, I will be angry. Sibayo grinned and coaxed him while sending a message to Bayo through the Calabash Brothers group, saying that they would chat later. Even though the relationship between the two people has many problems, they are still in love with each other and are as good as ever. Zhang Yuxi hid him. How could she tell such a thing to her future father-in-law? Doesn't she have any face? Sibayo sighed and threw the question to her. Let's put our problems aside for now and think about how to appease my mother tomorrow. This happened because of me, so I have to apologize. Actually, it's not all my fault, you are also responsible. Zhang Yuxi widened her eyes. You? How can you blame me? You are shameless. Sibayo came over with a smile. If I had any shame, could I get you? Chapter 779 She is indeed my biological daughter. In private, he always showed his need for Zhang Yuxi. He was so clingy at such a young age. I don't understand. Look at my mom. She doesn't have anything she wants. Why is she worried that my dad doesn't love her? Everyone in the world can see how much my dad loves her, but she can't see it. Just like us, how can you ignore my love for you? What do you want me to do to be confident? Sibayo suddenly said seriously, how about I disfigure myself? Zhang Yuxi knew he was teasing her, but she was still shocked. You, don't be like this. I actually. Sibayo crossed his legs and looked at Zhang Yuxi seriously. You talk, I listen. They quarreled, reconciled, and then quarreled again and reconciled again. The problem always existed and accumulated. They never faced it, let alone talked about it. In this case, let's take this opportunity to make the problem clear. The reason why Zhang Yuxi was worried about Sibayo's love was that he was too outstanding and she was too ordinary. There were not many boys like him. But there are many girls like her. When compared, she felt that he didn't have her and could find someone better. Secondly, at the beginning of this relationship, she had always been inferior and flattering. Although Sibayo liked her, her carefree personality made it difficult for him to pay attention to her. When Zhang Yuxi gradually became outstanding, she gained confidence and courage. She felt that it was time to consider marriage. After all, the purpose of two people was to get married. At the beginning, they said they would have fun for a few years, but she didn't want to play anymore and wanted a child. If Sibayo was very supportive when he learned that Zhang Yuxi wanted to be a mother, she would not have had such wild thoughts. Maybe, she might not want one. What she wanted was Sibayo's attitude. After listening, Sibayo thought about it. Do you really want to be a mother? Zhang Yuxi lowered her head. Not so. After all this trouble, even if she wanted to, she was not looking forward to it. Sibayo looked at Zhang Yuxi for a long time and sighed. I think it's really hard to guess what women are thinking. Do you know why I don't want to fall in love? It's because of this. Look at my second sister. She knows exactly what she's thinking and she never hides anything. With the nature of my second brother-in-law's job, if she were like you, who knows what her life would be like. Look at my third sister. She has a quiet personality, but when it comes to Xiaoyang, she says whatever she wants. I think love should be like this. Zhang Yuxi said angrily. Auntie is not like that. Sibeo shook his head. My mother wasn't like this before, but you've seen it too. My father looks almost the same as our brother now. How can my mother not be anxious? Besides, women age faster than men, so it's understandable that my mother is worried. But their relationship of more than 30 years is not like ours that lasts overnight. He held Zhuan Jiai's hand. I have a bit of a carefree personality, which may prove the saying simple-minded, strong-limbed. Don't make me guess what you're thinking, just tell me directly. But you also have to believe in my character and my feelings for you. After Lin Feng hung up the video call, he looked for the master key of the house and went to open the door. Wife? Are you asleep? Zhang Yuxi, lying on the bed, was motionless and did not respond. But Lin Feng knew that she was not asleep. If she was asleep, she would not be in this position. Wife? Lin Feng came closer and squatted beside the bed to look at Zhang Yuxi. I just made a video call and scolded Sibeo. As soon as these words came out, Zhang Yuxi was really broken and suddenly opened her eyes. She sat up, shocked. Why did you scold Sibeo? How did he offend you? Lin Feng frowned. If he hadn't told me about those things with Zhuan Jiai, how could you be so angry? If not him, who should I blame? Zhang Yuxi was shocked beyond words and it took a long time to utter a sentence. You are sick. As an old couple, they are not like when they were young. They are mature and basically don't quarrel. It is also difficult to see such a vivid expression on Zhang Yuxi's face. Lin Feng laughed. What's wrong with me? Zhang Yuxi eyed him. It's obviously you who made me angry. It has nothing to do with Sibeo. Lin Feng asked calmly. Then may I ask, what did I do to make you angry? Huh? Did I not work hard enough? Or did I not work hard enough? Zhang Yuxi knew that he was messing around again with a double meaning, and she looked coquettish. Speak nicely. Why didn't I speak nicely? You tell me what made me angry. You have to let me know the reason. He counted. I didn't take good care of the children. I didn't do the housework well. I didn't take good care of you. Zhang Yuxi gritted her teeth and pulled his cheek. Because you are so handsome. I have grown old in these years, and you are still so young. Lin Feng laughed. What's the matter? People will think I am your mistress later. I don't know how many people envy you. Zhang Yuxi is engaged in education and is very serious, unlike Lin Feng. The older this man gets, some aspects have not changed at all. Also, now that you're capable, you actually want to sleep in a separate bed from me? Well, so what? What? Haha, where can I put my face as the head of the family? Actually, I never thought about sleeping in a separate bed from you. I'm still looking forward to you coming to see me. Ha. What if I don't come to see you tonight? Then I'll deal with you tomorrow. After arguing, the couple didn't continue the topic. Zhang Yuxi was just emotional for a while. She is over 50 years old. Is there anything she hasn't seen through or figured out? Some things can't be changed, so you can only accept them calmly. If, one day, you really don't love me anymore, then, let's talk about it then. Lin Feng took Zhang Yuxi's hand and returned to the room. They smiled at each other and understood each other very well. Of course, Zhang Yuxi couldn't avoid a punishment. After taking a shower, Lin Feng sent a message in the group. I have reconciled with your mother. Just call and say hello normally tomorrow. Don't call me extra. Time, 4:34 in the morning. At this time, well, their father is really awesome. Erbeo hasn't slept yet. Give a thumbs up to her dad. Sibeo also tried hard to finish. The tacit understanding between men is so simple. Silently give a thumbs up. Raymond Lam asked, you two night wanderers, why are you still not asleep? You deserve a beating. The two children immediately hid themselves. Why didn't Erbeo sleep so late? Because she edited the video of her dad killing everyone in the group into a ghost video. That's right, a ghost video. She is worthy of being her own daughter. Of course, there are also deleted parts, skipping the relationship between Sibeo and Zhuan Jiai, not wanting outsiders to speculate. Before she went to bed, she sent the video out and added words. Alice, my dad's emotional crisis. Just look at the title, it's very touching and very interesting to click. There are so many night wanderers now, and once Erbeo's video is released, it becomes a source of happiness for everyone. Chapter 780, the new protagonist in the ghostly area. At first glance, she is definitely his biological daughter. Others wouldn't dare to play like this. Erbeo is going further and further on the road of pitting his father, haha. The source of happiness this year is Dadlin. I can't take it anymore. The confused expressions of Dabeo, Erbeo, Sanbeo and Sabeo are so funny. Thank you. I have made them into emoticons. If you need them, you can chat privately. I didn't expect that a man like Dad would also have an emotional crisis. Sibeo, I have endured too much. I am so tired. Haha, in the end, Sibeo took it all on his own. Poor child. Am I the only one who pays attention to Dabeo? He seems to be sleeping all the time. What is this? 5 confused faces. Haha, Erbeo's ghost animal is fine, but it has even been recreated. It's really unbearable to watch. The captions have all changed. Some are 1 head, 5 big. Some are grandfather taking 5 children to find Liuwa, so where's Liuwa? Lin Feng woke up and habitually browsed Weibo to see what news and charts there are. There's no way, he has to keep up with fashion, otherwise there will be a generation gap with the children. Wow, the first one is his own hot search. Clicking in and taking a look, Lin Feng was immediately happy. Erbeo is so talented. Zhang Yuxi took the phone and took a look. She was also happy, but it was a fake smile. Your baby daughter is really like you, the father. Lin Feng understood, your daughter is really good at cheating her father. Lin Feng still looked at it very openly. Oh, young people like to play, you don't know that now they like to watch this kind of thing, and think it's very interesting. Zhang Yuxi shook her head, it's good if you like it. Lin Feng flipped through the comments below and found it very funny. He didn't understand some of the internet slang. Zhang Yuxi went to work, and Lin Feng sent Xiaobei out to school. She also saw the video and was very happy. Dad, I have to save the video and show it to you when you are old. Lin Feng smiled, when you get married, I will show you a few months of videos. Come on, hurt each other. At the beginning, when Lin Feng took care of the 4 treasures, although he did his best, the 4 treasures always took away his love. But Xiaobei was different. When she was born, the 4 treasures were already in school. The family conditions are very good, and he gave her all his love and care. Sometimes they are like father and daughter, and sometimes they are like friends. Xiaobei waved, goodbye, Dad. Lin Feng waved, goodbye. When he returned home, Lin Feng found that the family group began to share the video made by Erbeo. Several younger generations laughed secretly behind his back, but peers would not be so polite. Lin Rui couldn't help laughing. This was made by Erbeo? How could she? Ha ha ha, do you still have face? If it weren't for the voice, Lin Feng wouldn't know that he was so happy. And the person who shared it was Yu Zheng. Lin Jiazhen only said, I saved it and will take a look at it when I have nothing to do in the future. It's definitely a black history. Lin Feng sent a message to Erbeo, just 3 sentences. The video is very well made, don't make it again. Everyone in the family group is laughing at me. Alice. Erbeo didn't reply immediately, but took a screenshot and posted it on the platform. Everyone sighed. The last Alice wanted to express too much meaning. Erbeo, when she was doing a teaching platform in the early days, she had already mastered the traffic password. She now has more than 300 million Weibo fans. 300 million, what does this mean? She is even more popular than the top stars. She can become a hot search by just posting a message. Erbeo also manages her platform very well. She will do live broadcasts when she has money. Now she only does it once or twice a year. She is really too busy. Fortunately, she is not busy alone. There are still many temporary workers available. Therefore, Raymond Lam can understand what Erbeo did. But, my daughter, it is really unkind of you to cheat your father like this. Do you think that this is the end? You underestimate the network and traffic. That afternoon, Erbeo posted a photo, which was taken from a fruit store. It was a photo of Raymond Lam, and it was written, how sweet? Sweeter than his daughter-in-law and son-in-law. The screenshot of this photo is also very tricky, with an angry face. What does the stall owner want to express? Someone replied. Maybe he feels that losing us makes him very angry? Maybe he thinks this photo is just handsome. Ah. This road is something I didn't expect. Sorry for disturbing you. Unknowingly, my future father-in-law has walked into my side. So, Dabeo and Sibeo, why haven't you found me yet? Raymond Lam has been called National Dad, National Father-in-law and National Male God. After just one night, he became the new protagonist of the ghost animal area and was made into an emoticon package by many cute little ones. This is all thanks to Erbeo, whose status has fallen to the limit. Is there anything more excessive than this? Is there? Yes. The family group and the 7 Calabash Brothers group are all using as emoticons. Raymond Lamb said that he was tired, but then he thought, why should I care about these things when I am almost 50? Even if they are crazy and send the ghost animal videos made by others, I can click them calmly. Then I laughed out loud. This year's cute little ones are so talented, haha. This is just a small episode in the life. The children are busy with their own things, and Xiaobao is around them, so life is not lonely. I just don't know if Xiaobao has reached the rebellious period. His personality is like a chili pepper, and his words are spicy. He is not as cute and well-behaved as before. Lin Feng recalled the age of the 4 treasures. In his impression, except for the heartless and troublesome Sibao, they were all very well-behaved. Xiaobao, do you want to eat fruit? Daddy will cut some fruit for you. No, Daddy, I don't want to eat it, you can eat it yourself. Xiaobao took a laptop to watch an online tutorial, and said without raising his head, if Daddy has nothing to do, just be busy with your own things, remember to close the door. Lin Feng closed the door silently, went to the balcony to look at the scenery outside, and sighed in his heart. Alice, I am old, and the children have grown up and have their own thoughts. This stop lasted for half an hour. Then Lin Feng told his wife and daughter that he would move over to live with his parents for a while and planned to accompany them. Xiaobao has studies and Zhang Yuxi has a job. They are all adults and can definitely take care of themselves. Now that the decision has been made, let's take action. So, the confused mother and daughter just watched him pack his luggage and go out with a suitcase. Remember to turn off the main valve when you go out, check the doors and windows at night, and try to cook for yourself instead of ordering takeout. I'll be back as soon as possible. Call me if you need anything. Looking at the departing figure, the mother and daughter looked at each other and asked in unison. Mom, Xiaobao, did you make him angry? Then they answered in unison, no. Zhang Yuxi recalled the past few days, which was quite normal. Going to work, getting off work, and going home, there was no change in the 3 points. Xiaobao recalled the past few days, which was also quite normal. Going to school, getting off school, and cram school, there was nothing special about the 3 points. Mom, did you make Dad unhappy? Don't you know? Chapter 781, A Baby Over 600 Months Old. After being married for so many years, Zhang Yuxi frowned and said, you should think about your own problems. Xiaobao widened his eyes and said, I'm very well behaved. What's the problem? Zhang Yuxi began to list them one by one. You have a big problem. Do you take the initiative to wash the dishes now? When didn't your father urge me again and again? Then I haven't finished my homework, didn't I come to wash it after I finished it? And your room? Hasn't your father told you many times that a girl should love cleanliness and hygiene at home? Yours has become a pigsty. It's not very messy. Besides, you can do whatever makes your room comfortable. And I did clean it, just not frequently. You didn't come home for dinner that night, and you didn't even bother to call your dad. He waited for you at home for 2 hours. I was wrong about that thing. I apologized to my dad, and he has forgiven me and is not mad at me anymore. Zhang Yuxi waved her hand. Forget it, I'm too lazy to talk to you. I say one word, and you have more than 10 words waiting for me. Your dad is gone, so we'll go out for breakfast in the future, and I'll pick you up from school in the evening, and we'll cook together for what to eat. Don't count on me for everything. If you don't lend a hand, we'll just starve. When Zhang Yuxi first got married, her cooking skills were barely passable. In the end, she was completely useless, and she survived until now only because of Lin Feng's feeding. If she had to talk about her specialty in cooking, it would probably be cooking noodles. Compared with her, Xiaobao was even more useless. After all, she was a child less than 10 years old, and she was spoiled by her parents and grandparents, not to mention her 4 brothers and sisters. Her cousins spoiled her in everything, and the younger generations like KK also spoiled her. She was really the apple of the family's eye, and was spoiled endlessly. Can she cook? Just like her mother, she could only cook noodles and could barely do the housework. Now that Lin Feng was gone, she suddenly lost her backbone. Zhang Yuxi left her daughter aside and called her husband with a gentle tone. Husband, what's wrong with you? Lin Feng had already got in the car and was on the way back to his hometown. It's nothing, I just suddenly missed my parents and wanted to go back to be with them. Really nothing. Of course, don't worry, it's nothing, I just simply missed my parents. Zhang Yuxi was silent for a moment. Okay, then come back early. Lin Feng smiled. Okay. There are instant foods like dumplings in the refrigerator. If you really don't want to cook, call the hotel. The family is not short of money. As long as they find a way, they can still starve themselves. Here, Zaya Abeo also called his father. Dad, don't you want Zaya Abeo anymore? Am I not your Zaya Abeo? Lin Feng's heart softened. Of course I am my Zaya Abeo. Dad will always love you. This is because Dad suddenly missed grandparents and wanted to go see them. Uncle is far away. Dad should go out more. Zaya Abeo said sullenly. Dad, it must be Zaya Abeo who made you unhappy. Lin Feng sighed. No, Zaya Abeo is fine. Dad just misses Mom and Dad. Zaya Abeo said softly. Dad, I will be good. You come back early. Lin Feng smiled. Okay, help Dad take care of Mom. You have to take care of yourself too. Zaya Abeo agreed happily. No problem, Dad, you believe me. Lin Feng drove for 2 hours before arriving at the old house. The old house was in the countryside and was already dilapidated. Lin Feng spent more than 1 million to build a small villa and spent hundreds of thousands on decoration. Such houses are quite common in the countryside, and he didn't build it very uniquely. Since then, 4 elderly people, Lin Dashan and his wife, the third aunt and the second aunt, have lived here. He raised a guard dog and asked his former fellow villagers for a few plots of farmland. He gave them some money every year and used them to farm. Third aunt used to have pains here and there, and they couldn't find out why. But she just felt pains. Now she doesn't feel sore in the waist or legs when she goes to the fields, and she doesn't tremble when she walks. She feels more energetic. Not only her, but the health of others has also improved, and they are more active in farming. Unfortunately, due to lack of experience, they didn't get any harvest, but it was terrible. Even Lin Feng didn't get to eat a bite of the vegetables they planted. This year, the 4 elderly people vowed that they would not only have enough food to eat, but also have surplus food. Unfortunately, it was almost the end of the year, and the slogans were loud, but the results were not very good. It was after 6 in the afternoon when he got home, and it was already dark. Mom and Dad, our third and second aunts here. The lights were on in the house, and the dog in the yard was tied up, wagging its tail at him. Lin Dashan came out with a bowl in his hand and was very happy to see his son. Oh, why are you here? Is Zaya Abeo here? Lin Feng replied. No, she's at home. Lin Dashan, who was originally smiling very happily, immediately lost most of his smile. Then what are you doing here? Listening to the disdainful tone, is he his biological father? Lin Feng smiled. I came to see you. Are Mom and the 2 aunts home? Lin Dashan walked into the house with a bowl in his hand. They went back and will come back in 2 days. Lin Feng asked, going back? What's the matter? Lin Dashan replied, a relative from your third aunt's family passed away, and your second aunt also has something to do. After all, only the 2 of them don't have to worry about the affairs of their descendants and can concentrate on farming. Lin Feng followed him into the house and ran into Zhou Qilin, who also came out with a bowl in her hand. Where's Zaya Abeo? Where is he? Zaya Abeo didn't come, he was the only one who came. Zhou Qilin widened her eyes. Why didn't Zaya Abeo come? Lin Feng sighed. Today is Sunday, and she has classes tomorrow, Monday. Zhou Qilin asked puzzledly. Why did you come here without bringing Zaya Abeo? What's the matter? Lin Feng's heart was chilled. Can't I come to see you if nothing is wrong? Besides, why can't I come? The couple said and laughed dryly. You are busy, haven't you eaten yet? How about noodles for me and your dad? Okay, Mom, make me a bowl of noodles. You are so old, can't you make it yourself? Lin Feng was silent for a moment, and then used his ultimate move. No, I want to eat the noodles made by Mom. Zhou Qilin looked like she was struck by lightning. Are you okay? Lin Feng touched his nose. Mom, I am still a baby of more than 600 months old. I am still a child. Zhou Qilin is almost 80 years old now, and her brain did not react for a while, and she was stunned for a moment. Are you still a baby? A baby this big? Lin Dashan laughed. I said I was a baby of more than 600 months old. Zhou Qilin heard it and laughed and hid her son. You want to make Mom laugh to death? Go cook noodles yourself. Lin Feng acted coquettishly. No, I want to eat the food made by Mom. Zhou Qilin didn't know what was wrong with her son, and laughed so hard. Okay, I'll go cook noodles for you. Then he went to the kitchen. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 782. You have half the credit. Lin Feng held the bowl and asked with concern. Are you okay? Did you have a fight? Lin Feng waved his hand and replied, No, we are fine. I just suddenly missed you and wanted to come back to see you and accompany you. Thinking about it today, he suddenly thought of his parents. It seems that he has never said the word love to them, let alone expressed his feelings. Now his parents are almost 80 years old, and it is unknown when they will die. He should spend more time with them. Lin Feng did not expect his son to say this. He could not help but be stunned for a moment, and was very relieved in his heart. It's rare that you have this heart. As parents, we only hope that our children are safe and happy. I know, as a parent, how can I not know it? After a while, a bowl of fragrant egg noodles was ready, sprinkled with chopped green onions, and it smelled particularly fragrant. The green onions I grow myself are still fragrant. The green onions bought outside are not as fragrant as this. Don't you grow some outside your house? But it always lacks a little taste. After eating the noodles, Lin Feng was about to wash the dishes, but was stopped by Zhou Qilin. Zhao Feng. Take the luggage upstairs. Clean up the room. There are only a few dishes. I'll wash them. Zhou Qilin waved her hands like waving away flies. She didn't know if she had changed or they had changed. Lin Feng didn't care at all. He carried the luggage to tidy up the room. The room didn't need to be tidied. In fact, it was tidy and clean, as if waiting for them to come back at any time. On the bedside table was a rare family photo. Lin Feng looked at it again and went downstairs. Downstairs, the couple chatted. The TV was on but they didn't watch it. They were all listening to the sound. They discussed whether to prepare some meat. This was what they were good at? What do you think about us ordering a pig? It should be enough. I don't think 2 is enough. There are so many grandchildren. Yeah, then 3 pigs. 1 more is not too much? Anyway, it won't go bad after being pickled. How about this? Buy another one, and send some to my son's relatives. As they chatted, they finally agreed to 5 pigs instead of 1. They still felt it was not enough. If they continue to talk, the pigs in the whole village may not be enough for them to eat. Lin Feng quickly stopped them and continued to add. Mom and Dad, I heard that Wenwen has a boyfriend. Wenwen is Lin Xiaolin's daughter, and Erbao helped her find a job. This girl is good. She will call to greet us every Chinese New Year, and will visit our home if she is not working. In a word, she is better at dealing with people than Lin Xiaolin, the mother. Some time ago, Lin Xiaolin mentioned that her daughter was in love, and he heard it from Zhang Yuxi. And Zhang Yuxi heard it from Erbao, and Erbao heard it from his friends. Anyway, after going around in circles, no one knows whether it is true or not. But Zhou Qilin must know about this matter. Yes, I'm dating someone. The man's family is well off and he plans to meet his parents this year. Well, speaking of this, I want to ask, how is Sibao doing now? When will Sanbao get married? And what about Dabao? Zhou Qilin began to mutter, you should hurry up and take care of the children's affairs, so that your father and I can feel at ease. You and Dad are almost 80 years old now. How many years do you have left to live? I just want to make sure my children are taken care of before I die. Turning around, she saw Lin Feng eating peanuts and was furious. I'm talking to you, did you hear me? Lin Feng nodded, I heard you. Dabao and his family have special jobs, and you're not delaying the marriage. Sanbao's marriage depends on her. She's a person with her own ideas. What can I do if she doesn't want to get married? Besides, Sibao has just been dating for a short time, I can't urge him. Besides, they are free to fall in love now, what can I do? Mom, today is different from the past. We can't control the life events of our children. Zhou Qilin gritted her teeth, then you have to work hard too. Lin Feng's eyes widened, how do you know I didn't work hard? Zhou Qilin waved her hand, forget it, I'm too lazy to talk to you. Have you finished eating? I'll put it in the cabinet after you finish eating. After cleaning up, Zhou Qilin called her daughter-in-law behind her son's back. I'm glad you didn't quarrel. Today he seemed to have taken the wrong medicine and said he was a baby. Ha ha ha, Mom, Lin Feng also wanted to spend more time with you. No, saying he was a baby. How did he say it? After hanging up the phone, Zhang Yuxi's smile faded. Why don't you eat? Mother and daughter had been busy cooking noodles in the evening. Zhang Yuxi finished her bowl and Zaya Abeo ate a few bites. The steps are the same, why is the taste so different? Zhang Yuxi's face darkened. Every grain is hard work, I ate it all. It's not tasty, and you have half the credit for it. Zaya Abeo. In the evening, Lin Feng watched them chatting in the group. Among them, Lin Jiajun was the most lively. Now that the new year is coming, he wants to go out and play. In the past, he said that several brothers would treat each other to travel, but it turned out that he was drunk. Lin Jiajun loved to play when he was young. Now that he doesn't have to worry about the children, he likes to play more. He likes to take Wang Lu to travel everywhere. It can be said that the more he travels, the more he gets addicted. He suggested going abroad to play, and some people began to agree. As they chatted, the style of the picture changed. There are no younger generations in this group. Several people always let themselves go when joking. At this time, Lin Xiaolin sent a voice message saying that the third ant fell. Then, the person was gone. The group immediately went wild, and Lin Xiaolin explained the whole story. A relative from the third ant's family passed away, and they were considered to have a good relationship. The person went there in the morning and was fine when he came back in the evening. He only told Lin Xiaolin that he fell when he went to the grave. He said that his head and chest were a little uncomfortable and he had to lie down and rest for a while. Everyone in the group knew about this. At that time, the third aunt sent a message in the afternoon saying that she was back. Lin Xiaolin asked her if it was serious and whether she would go to the hospital. She said that the problem was not serious, but she just felt a little tired. In the evening, Lin Xiaolin called home after work but no one answered. She checked the surveillance and found that the old man was still asleep. She made several calls but no one answered. Thinking that something was wrong, she ran home and saw that the old man had died. Lin Xiaolin cried so hard, and no one had recovered from the bad news. Lin Feng was shocked. He was driving back this afternoon, and he saw the news about the third aunt after he had dinner. Everything came too suddenly and caught people off guard. He was quiet for a moment, and replied to the group message, "I'll go back tomorrow." Then he told his parents the news. The couple couldn't believe it, and Zhou Qilin was speechless. It took them a long time to come back to their senses. Let's go back. Chapter 783 Funeral. Third aunt had a hard life. In addition, she was a straightforward person, spoke without restraint, and loved to nag. It can be said that third uncle didn't like her, and her children Lin Rui and Lin Xiaolin didn't like to pay attention to this mother, and her daughter-in-law and son-in-law didn't like her even more. But the grandchildren were nice to her. Maybe this is the so-called intergenerational affection. The relationship between third uncle and her was also on and off, and finally third uncle took a step back and the two of them lived together. Third aunt has shortcomings that make people hate her, but also has places that make people like her. For example, her integrity and kindness, her willingness to help others, and her true love for the children of the Lin family. Since third uncle passed away, third aunt began to become taciturn, but kind-hearted, still the same heart. This sudden departure made Lin Feng feel very uncomfortable, and the atmosphere in the car was particularly quiet. Lin Feng glanced at Zhou Qilin on the co-pilot, and then at Lin Dashan. Except for the initial surprise and sadness, the two now look very calm. Perhaps at their age, life and death have become indifferent and can be accepted calmly. Like myself, I am over 50 years old, and my mentality is completely different from when I was 30 or 40. I want to grasp it, but I feel that I am willing but unable to do so. It's not that I am not rich enough, nor that I am not young enough, but the age barrier. The third aunt is older than the second aunt, and older than my parents. After this year, she will be 83 years old. Although this time she passed away unexpectedly, it can be regarded as a happy funeral, and the process was not so painful. After driving for 2 hours, Lin Feng returned home and the lights were on. Zhang Yuxi was not asleep and was waiting for him. Zhang Yuxi asked Lin Feng, "Zaya Abeo is still asleep, what should we do now?" Lin Feng glanced at his parents. "Take them to see the third aunt for the last time. As for the funeral," Zhou Qilin interrupted him, "let your brother Rui and the others take care of it. When a mother passes away, the children naturally have to take care of these things. Zhang Yuxi got the arrangement, then I'll wait for you to come back at home." Zhou Qilin smiled, and it can be seen that she was reluctant, No, you should rest. You still have to work tomorrow. Lin Feng also said the same thing. Rest, I'll take my parents to the hospital. People stayed in the funeral home of the hospital. Many people came, including Lin Rui and his wife, Lin Xiaolin and her husband, and their sons, and some daughters-in-law also came. Lin Jiajin and Wang Lu were also there, and standing next to them was the second aunt who was crying sincerely. When they were young, the third aunt and the second aunt had constant conflicts and disliked each other. One was heartless and spoke without thinking. The other was smart and spoke in an official manner. When they were young, they insulted each other behind their backs. When the children grew up, they did a decent job to save face for their children. After the death of the second and third uncles, the two who had been fighting for decades suddenly became close friends. They were all talking about how a person who was fine just fell down and died. He was still sending messages in the group in the afternoon to report that he was safe, and he was gone in the evening. It was too sudden and too hard for them to accept. The saddest people here are Lin Xiaolin and Lin Rui. The third aunt passed away too suddenly without leaving any last words. Zhou Qilin choked up and said, "Let's go, let us see her for the last time. If anyone is afraid, don't come, it's okay." Everyone was silent, indicating that they all wanted to go. In the elevator, she asked Lin Rui and his sister, "Are you going to bury or cremate?" The brother and sister had agreed today to bury. The older generation pays attention to returning to their roots. At the beginning, the third aunt mentioned to the children that if she passed away, she would be buried. Zhou Qilin nodded. She said the same thing when we lived together. This was Lin Feng's first time to the funeral home. Before, third uncle and the others had kept the coffin at home. According to Lin Xiaolin, she did not give up after seeing third aunt was dead, but called the hospital, hoping for a chance. After arriving at the hospital, she was declared dead and taken to the funeral home. Lin Xiaolin was in a state of confusion, and had a brief discussion with her brother who came over. It was very cold here, and Lin Feng's body was different from that of ordinary people. He had undergone 2 cleansings to resist freezing. This was also his first time to see what the funeral home looked like. Third aunt closed her eyes, and her face was not as hideous as imagined, but rather like she was asleep. Lin Xiaolin's call of mom made her feel very uncomfortable, but everyone understood. Birth, aging, illness and death are normal, and everyone has to go through this stage, and no one can avoid it. For an old man who lived to be 83 years old, it was not bad. There is an advantage to the third aunt being heartless. She has always been in good health. She is not as delicate as the second aunt, nor does she have constant minor illnesses like Zhou Qilin. So, this is considered a happy event. Coming out of the hospital, a gust of cold wind blew, and everyone was trembling. Lin Dashan looked at Lin Rui. "You are the older brother and the eldest son. It's okay for you to take care of this matter." Lin Rui shook his head. Lin Dashan nodded. "Let us know if you need anything." Everyone stood at the door of the hospital for a while, and then went back. In the car, Zhou Qilin explained something to the father and son. The third aunt didn't have much inheritance. There was more than 100,000 yuan in the card, but no house. It depends on how the 2 brothers and sisters divide the money. Outsiders will not interfere. When they got home, Zhang Yuxi hadn't slept yet. "Go to sleep." Lin Feng said nothing. He drove back and forth for 4 hours and went to the hospital again. He was a little tired. After lying down, Zhang Yuxi hugged her husband tightly. What happened today made her feel scared. It said that you never know which will come first, tomorrow or an accident. She and Lin Feng have been married for so many years, and she can't live without him. "Husband, if you leave one day, I will die with you. I'm afraid that when it's my turn to leave, you won't be there. I'm scared. If I leave first, you live well, I will wait for you, and I won't let you be alone." Lin Feng hugged her, feeling sour in his heart. "Where can I start talking about this? Don't talk nonsense." Zhang Yuxi supported her head, stared at him intently, with an extremely serious look. "Husband, my last words will always be, I love you, you have to take care of yourself, and be happy. To my children, it will always be, I love them, I don't ask them to be successful, I just ask them to be safe and smooth, I will bless you." Lin Feng was silent for a while. Why say this? Zhang Yuxi felt uncomfortable. "I'm afraid that I will die suddenly and won't have time to tell you my last words." Lin Feng hugged her. "No, this kind of thing usually won't happen to us, don't worry." Zhang Yuxi shook her head. "Things are unpredictable, No one can guarantee anything, husband. It was rare for her to act like a girl and act like a spoiled child. Lin Feng knew her concerns, and so did he. Chapter 784, urging Dabao to marry. That night, except for them, everyone else was also filled with emotion because of this incident and just wanted to live in the present. Lin Rui took care of the funeral, and the burial day was a week later. The 4 children would come back if they could. It was okay if they couldn't come back, and it would be the same when they went to the grave to pay respects in the future. Death was completely unknown to Xiaobao, a child under 10 years old, and he still went to school, went home, and went to cram school every day. The first to come back were Erbao and Sibao, followed by Sanbao. The night before the burial, Dabao came back, looking tired, and slept until after 4 in the morning, and then started to get busy. Burial, banquet. It was busy until 3 in the morning, and Xiaobao had already fallen asleep on Sibao's back. When the burial was held today, Xiaobao and several children did not go, saying that it was taboo and they were still young. When they got home, the family was exhausted. The most tired was Dabao, who had a flight at 8 in the morning and could only sleep for 4 hours, and no one dared to disturb him. This time, the incident happened suddenly, and Sanbao had already bought a return flight for tomorrow afternoon. Erbao and Sibao will sleep at 8 o'clock tonight. When it was late at night and everyone was asleep, Lin Feng used the system to sleep for a while. Seeing the alarm clock was 5:30, he got up to make breakfast for Dabao and brought some food for Dabao to take with him. When breakfast was ready, Dabao went downstairs and smelled a fragrance. "Dad, you didn't sleep." Lin Feng smiled. "I slept, come and have breakfast." Dabao sat down. "Thank you for your hard work, Dad. I can make breakfast now, so you don't have to do it." Lin Feng asked him to eat quickly. "This is the food I brought for you. There are still 2 months before the Chinese New Year. I want to ask you, are you and Keisha going to get married?" Dabao was eating and still a little sleepy. "Of course, but it depends on whether I have any plans in the next 2 months. Lin Feng sighed. "Don't tell me about this. Explain it to Keisha's parents and see what they think. Here, your mother and I have prepared the betrothal gifts. Your grandparents have also prepared the red envelopes early, and Erbao and them. Everything is ready, just waiting for the east wind." Dabao held his chin. "Dad, I also want to get married early, but there are so many things to do before and after the wedding, I don't have time." Lin Feng waved his hand. "It's okay, as long as Keisha has time to try on wedding dresses, your wedding can be arranged by our parents." Dabao thought for a while. "No, I have to participate in this matter. I am an adult, I can't let you take care of everything. If it doesn't work, we will keep the wedding simple, which will be more convenient and save a lot of trouble." Lin Feng stared at his eldest son expressionlessly. "Are you doing scientific research and have made yourself stupid? We are proposing to marry, not marrying a daughter. The conditions for marriage depend on what the woman says. It doesn't count if you arrange it alone. Forget it, I don't count on you. I will contact my in-laws later and ask what they think. You just need to show up at that time." He is also a person who raises a daughter. In the future, marrying a daughter must not be simple. If the daughter insists on keeping it simple, that's another matter, but the man cannot keep it simple. What's wrong? Can't the daughter he raised with so much effort marry off in glory? Dabao. After dinner, Lin Feng drove his son to the airport. "Dad, I can just take a taxi. This is in the suburbs. Where are you going to take a taxi?" "Call a taxi on your phone. The starting price is 100. Do you have a lot of money?" That's not what I meant. I want you to go back and rest." "No, even though your dad is old, he is in good health. You may not have my health. Since that's the case, then I'll trouble you to take me to the airport. We are all family. Why are you so polite? I am your dad." Along the way, Lin Feng sighed. "Son, do you want to take a rest for a while? I feel that your brain is not as good as before." Dabao. He closed his eyes and slept in the car just now. He didn't hear a word Lin Feng said, he only knew that he was talking to him. Lin Feng looked at him and said, "Forget it, go to sleep. It's useless to tell you." Dabao. Why does Dad have such a disgusted tone? I didn't provoke him. When they arrived at the airport, Lin Feng looked at the time and saw that his son was sleeping so soundly, so he prepared to let him sleep for another 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, Lin Feng woke up Dabao. Dabao rubbed his eyes. picked up his luggage and his computer bag. "Dad, I'm going in." Lin Feng told him, "Your dad is a VIP member of the airport. Show me your ID and go to the lounge to sleep for a while." Dabao said, "It's the same in the waiting area." Lin Feng frowned and followed his son. "I said, kid, why don't you listen to me? Let's go in with you." Lin Feng had a special status, so he gave his son's ID to the staff and let his son rest in the VIP lounge. "If you don't use your dad's privileges now, when will you use them?" Usually, Dabao would not care about what he wanted, but he felt distressed when he was so sleepy today. The staff changed the boarding pass and brought it over. Lin Feng didn't mean to leave, but let his son lie down for a while. "You take a rest, I'll call you when we're about to board the plane." Dabao said, "No, Dad, you go back first, I know what to do." Lin Feng didn't move. "What can I do when I go back? I've prepared breakfast, they know how to eat when they get up. Besides, I'm old and don't sleep much. I can't sleep at this time because of the noise at home." Dabao knew that Lin Feng was joking because the sound insulation at home was very good. It was obvious that his father cared about him and said this with a different mind. Dabao was touched. "Dad, then I'll sleep for a while, you call me when the time comes." Hearing this, Lin Feng's brows relaxed. "Okay, you sleep, Dad will call you later." Dabao has developed a special skill because of his work. Under necessary conditions, he can fall asleep in seconds. Seeing that his son was so sleepy, Lin Feng complained on his lips and arranged his son's clothes with his hands. "This child is a worry now, not as cute as before. Why does he always like to go against his parents?" It was the staff who came to inform Lin Feng when they were ready to board the plane. Lin Feng cried out, and quickly woke up his son. "Son, get up quickly, boarding is starting." Dabao woke up with a start and started to pack his things. "Dad, I'm leaving first." Lin Feng followed his son. "Send a message when you get there, okay? Call home more often, we adults will take care of your marriage." Dabao had already left in a hurry, and responded to him, "I know, Dad, I'm leaving first." Lin Feng just waved his hand and sighed a little. "Alice, with so many children, it's really hard to worry about them all." When Lin Feng went back, he received a call from Zhang Yuxi. "Did Dabao get on the plane? I saw him boarding. Are you up?" Zhang Yuxi hummed, "Will you take Dabao to school today? I'm not on the way." Lin Feng glanced at the time. "Okay, no problem, I'll go home now." Zhang Yuxi quickly said, "No, Sanbao said she would take Dabao to school." I hung up and got ready to drive. Lin Feng returned home, took a nap, and prepared to get up at 10 o'clock to cook. Chapter 785, Start planning to have a baby. As a result, it was 10 o'clock. Erbao and Sabao were still sleeping and hadn't eaten breakfast. Lin Dashan and his wife were waiting for the two children to wake up downstairs. Joe Killen was worried. "You said Erbao is married, what if he is so lazy after having children?" Lin Dashan was very open-minded. With children, he will definitely become diligent slowly. Besides, they can also hire a confinement nanny or something. Now Lin Dashan is the one with the best temper between the two, but Joe Killen is getting more and more violent, and she will make a scene at the slightest disagreement. Joe Killen has high blood pressure, so Lin Dashan doesn't talk back to her, and advises her to be less angry and take more antihypertensive drugs. Now, peers have passed away one by one, and they cherish each other more. They are afraid that Joe Killen, who has high blood pressure, will get angry to death. As a result, a comforting word made Joe Killen angry. The nanny is not good, and the confinement nanny is even worse. Haven't you watched the news? Many confinement nannies have evil hearts. What if something happens? What about my great-grandson? When Lin Dashan heard this, he couldn't continue this topic anymore, and quickly said, yes, you are right. Wait until Erbao and Sabao get up and talk to them." Joe Killen glared at her and said, "Asking you to solve the problem is useless." Lin Dashan said again, yes, whatever you say is right." This time, Joe Killen rolled her eyes and said, "You are crazy." Lin Feng on the side laughed, but when he turned around, Joe Killen looked at him. "You're still laughing. As a father, why don't you say something? Look at what time it is." It was still Lin Feng who took charge. "Mom, let the young people sleep a little longer. They are under a lot of pressure now. We as parents should be more tolerant. After all, they were their own children." Joe Killen felt distressed for a second and then asked, "It's time for Dabao and the others to get married. Lin Feng replied, after this is over, I will discuss the wedding with the K family. Young people are busy and don't understand these things. We have to worry about it. Zhou Qilin nodded twice, you need to be more careful. Look, your children are not young anymore. Erbao and Sibao have no news at all. I just want to hug my great-grandson before I die. I don't know if this wish can come true. As he spoke, Erbao lazily went downstairs. Grandma, Grandpa, Dad. Zhou Qilin quickly pushed her son aside and walked over. Erbao, you and Sibao have to leave at 8 o'clock tonight. Can you stay a few more days? Erbao smiled. Grandma, it happened suddenly, and I haven't arranged a lot of work yet. I will come back when I have arranged it. Besides, my eldest brother is getting married during the Chinese New Year this year, and it will definitely be lively then. Zhou Qilin also laughed. Yes, you and Xianqin have been married for a while. When are you going to have a baby? You are not young anymore, it's time to have a baby. I watched TV and your age is just right. If you are older, you will be an elderly mother, which is not good for both the baby and the adults. Erbao said seriously, we have already started planning to have a baby. I am also taking Chinese medicine for conditioning. I believe there will be good news soon. Zhou Qilin was very happy when these words came out. Then you work hard, come on. Erbao held back his laughter. Don't worry, Grandma, we will do our best. Lin Dashan in the living room pouted, your mother is like a different person when she sees her grandson. My nose is not a nose, my eyes are not eyes, and she is very angry. Lin Feng smiled, grandparents are close to each other. Mom has liked them since they were young. No matter how old they are still children in her eyes. After a while, there was a bang, bang, bang. The one who made such a big noise must be Sibao. He grinned, hi, everyone is here, good. Such a sunny smile would make anyone feel better. However, Lin Feng felt bad after thinking about it. I'm not saying anything bad about you. You are about to get married and start a family. After your eldest brother gets married, it will be your turn. You should be more presentable. Tell me, did you clean up your room after getting up? Sibao smiled suddenly, no. Lin Feng asked him to clean up quickly and go downstairs to eat. He was already 30 years old, but he was still so lazy. Erbao finished his meal and lay on the sofa to browse his phone. After Sanbao sent Xiaobao back, Lin Feng had already started packing things for her to take. He couldn't bear to leave Sanbao on the flight at 3 p.m. today. Dad, these are too many. Not much. Dad has done a lot this year. When your eldest brother's wedding date is set, you and Xiaoyuan must come back. Of course, no matter how busy I am, no matter how big the matter is, I will turn it down. Except for Xiaobao, Dabao and Zhang Yuxi were not at home. It was rare for everyone to have a meal together. Lin Dashan and his wife waited until the children left before returning to their hometown. Several children unanimously tried to keep them, fearing that something would happen to them at home, but they had made up their minds and thought it was good to live in the countryside. At 1:30 p.m., Lin Feng sent the children to the airport. It was no problem for one person to carry 2 large suitcases. Dad can carry it, you don't have to worry about me. Well, seeing that Dad is in such a good mental state, it is impossible for him to hurt his waist. Dad, I'm leaving. Go, Dad will watch you go. Sanbao looked back every 5 steps. When she reached the corner, she could still see Lin Feng standing there, waving at her. Ah, her dad. Sanbao is gone too. Lin Feng feels empty inside. In the evening, Erbao and Sibao are also leaving. When Lin Feng returns home, he sees Erbao and Sibao playing PUBG barefoot on the sofa, scolding each other. He can't help but hold his head with his hand, and thinks he should leave quickly. It's so sad. Although it's a bit sad, he still has to do what he should do when his children leave. When he was sighing, he heard Sibao say, Dad, put more in for me. Eat, only know how to eat when he was a child, and still eat at this age. Your daughter-in-law Jai especially likes your cooking. Okay. Since the daughter-in-law likes to eat, then put more in, haha. After cleaning up, he was busy making dinner again, because the 2 children had a flight at 8 o'clock, so they had to eat early. Going downstairs to help, Lin Feng glanced at the 2 people who were still playing games on the sofa, and kept repeating in his heart. Damn, my dear, don't be angry, they're leaving soon. After cooking and eating, he saw that it was almost time, So he took a rest at home and drove them to the airport. This was the third trip he had made to the airport today. Erbao and Sabao were reluctant to let Lin Feng go before leaving. Wasn't Lin Feng the same? However, this warm scene was soon broken by the heartless Sabao, who made a fake post. Erbao laughed so hard that Lin Feng held his forehead. "Oh my god, you are already over 30 years old, can you be more steady for me?" Lin Feng waved his hand. Go quickly." Erbao laughed. "Go quickly, don't you see how much dad dislikes you?" Exactly. Watching the two children leave, Lin Feng could only sigh with a helpless smile. When will this kid be more reliable? Chapter 786 The Angry Old Father. Just as he was about to drive back, he saw someone coming over and waving. "Boss, are we going to Nangxinghong Road?" Lin Feng looked at the two girls in front of him and said, "Let's go." The two girls got in the car and reported an address. Lin Feng drove towards the destination without saying a word. "Where are you from?" "We are from ZS City." "ZS City, I've heard of it, but I haven't been there." "How many hours does it take to fly there?" "More than 2 hours." One of the two girls is lively, and the other is relatively quiet. The lively girl talks a lot. Once Lin Feng started talking, she started talking. "Brother, how old are you today? Are you married?" Lin Feng raised his eyebrows at the rearview mirror. "Brother? Girl, I'm over 50 this year, you should call me uncle." The two girls were shocked after hearing this. "Really? But you look so young, you are not lying to us." Lin Feng thought it was funny. "Why would I lie to you?" The quiet girl who had been silent all the time suddenly spoke. "I think I have seen you somewhere." This reminded Lin Feng of the emoticons made of him by the cute little girls on the internet. Clearing his throat, "We're here, you guys get off." Uncle, how much is it?" "It's free, I'll just give you a ride, let's go." "Thank you uncle, you are such a good person." Lin Feng shook his head with a smile, then started the car, and then an uncle came over. "Are you driving a sports car?" "To Dujing community." "Oh, what happened today? Why do I look like a taxi driver?" Lin Feng replied, "That's across the district, I won't run." The uncle said sincerely, "Brother, I have something urgent, please help me, it's hard to get a taxi in this place, I've been waiting for almost half an hour." "Indeed, it's hard to get a taxi in this place." Lin Feng sighed. "Okay." After the uncle got in, he looked around the car and said, "Brother, your car is not cheap." Lin Feng said, "It's okay." The uncle was also very talkative, talking about a lot of things, and Lin Feng listened quietly the whole time. Isn't it said that there are many people with social phobia now? Why are they so talkative? Oh, by the way, it's the young people who have social phobia. The uncle is different. After sending the uncle off, I received 20 yuan and got a thank you. The uncle's friend asked while smoking, "Your friend?" "Sure." The uncle laughed. "What friend?" "I found a taxi on the road." The friend was surprised. "Don't make me laugh. This car worth millions is a taxi." "Uncle." When they got home, Dabao, Erbao, Sanbao and Sabao were all gone, leaving Zaya Abao at home. Zaya Abao was playing the violin, and two old men were sitting beside him, watching with a smile on their faces, praising Zaya Abao's playing well. "Dad, am I good?" It's okay." Lin Feng replied helplessly. He didn't dare to hit Zaya Abao's confidence. Zhang Yuxi was washing teacups in the kitchen. In the past 2 years, she suddenly developed a hobby of collecting beautiful teacups. She bought all kinds of beautiful cups, got excited for 3 minutes, and then put them in the cabinet. When she took them out again, she loved them to death again. Lin Feng laughed at her for being a scumbag. He came back and sat on the sofa. When he was asked why he came back so late, "I took 2 taxi trips today." After a pause, "You know what, it's quite interesting. Zaya Abao came over, then Dad, you should go and drive a taxi." Lin Feng looked down at her. "Why are you so active?" Zaya Abao was silent for a moment. "Because Dad thinks it's interesting, so I'll be very happy to do this. I just heard from Grandpa and Grandma that it's not easy for you to take care of my brothers and sisters and me. Now that my brothers and sisters are older, and I don't need you to help with my homework, you can do what you like." Today, my brothers and sisters left, and she was very unhappy when she came back. Grandpa, Grandma, and Mom are also very sad, and Dad must be the same. Grandpa and Grandma have land to farm, Mom has work to do, and Dad, well, It seems that there is nothing to do. Lin Feng rarely heard the heartless version 2.0 of Zhang Yuxi say such caring words, and his heart was warmed. It's not impossible. There is still some time before your holiday. I will drive a taxi to supplement the family expenses. Zhang Yuxi smiled. No need to supplement the family expenses. Dad is the richest in our family. Lin Feng rolled his eyes and didn't know what to say. At this time, Zhang Yuxi shrugged his shoulders and yawned. I'll go upstairs to read a book, and then go to sleep. Mom, Dad, Grandpa, Grandma, good night. Now, Zhang Yuxi doesn't need anyone to help him study. He is very self-motivated. Lin Feng and the two old people are sitting in the living room now. Zhang Yuxi, who has finished her work, also sat down and looked at the magazine in her hand. The room seemed very quiet. For some reason, Lin Feng felt a little lonely. So he took out his mobile phone and posted a circle of friends. Especially for a few children to see. The content is that the children are gone, and they have to rely on renting to make money so that they can support themselves. As a result, when he woke up the next day, he was furious. No one expressed anything. What's the point of all giving him a thumbs up? Raising a child is worse than raising a pig. Immediately, Lin Feng posted a circle of friends to express his mood at this time. The world where only I am heard is achieved, and some people only give a thumbs up. Then, he threw it aside, took a shower, and went to cook. He was so busy that he forgot about this matter until he had time and glanced at the pop-up message on his mobile phone. Then, he was almost furious. Although he didn't like it this time, he still commented, but Raymond Lam felt that it was unnecessary. And these comments were heartless. Dabao, Dad, are you hurt? Raymond Lam, Dabao, you have to keep up with the times. Don't you know the internet slang? Bao, Dad, who is so lacking in virtue? Don't be sad. Raymond Lam, haha, I think you are pretending to be confused, but I have no evidence. Bao, Dad, what's wrong with you? Someone scolded you on the internet again? Raymond Lam, I thank you. You don't know how well received I am on the internet, except for emoticons. Bao, haha, Dad, you are so pitiful. Raymond Lam, how could I give birth to such a heartless son like you? Bao, Dad, I'm fine. Raymond Lam, forget it. I thought it was over, but Bao and Bao actually started chatting. They started chatting under his comment area. In the end, Raymond Lam decided not to argue with a group of conscienceless people. They know nothing. Although he thought so in his heart, his hands were not slow at all, and he started to go to the circle of friends. It clearly said, he. This sarcastic tone, so early in the morning, is very telling. Lin Feng didn't believe that these smart kids in their family couldn't guess anything. At this moment, Lin Feng was especially like an old father who was in a sullen mood. He was very active in his mind, but he didn't say anything on his face, and didn't show it at all. In less than 5 minutes, after Lin Feng finished cooking, he heard the sound of his mobile bank card ringing. Your last number 5753 received a transfer of 100,000 yuan from Lin Tuanchuan, and your balance is. The second message came 3 minutes later. Your last number 5753 received a transfer of 100,000 yuan from Lin Pingping, and your balance is. Your last number 5753 received a transfer of 100,000 yuan from Lin Anan, and your balance is. Chapter 787 Brother, are you driving a taxi? The children seemed to have discussed it beforehand. In less than 10 minutes, Lin Feng received 400,000 yuan. The last one was Zhang Yuxi, who transferred 50,000 yuan. Zhang Yuxi was not as successful as her brothers and sisters, and she was not financially independent, but she had her own pocket money. With 300,000 yuan, they never interfered with her buying things or doing anything. When Zhang Yuxi was in junior high school, other children were still studying in school and asked their parents for pocket money, but she had everything. Lin Feng saved the remaining money, and when the children were older, he could start a business or anything. With the children's money greetings, Lin Feng's realistic mood became better. Well, he is such a realistic person now. Even the two old people in the family noticed it. What happy things happened today? You are in a good mood. Lin Feng smiled. I had a good dream. After a while, Zhang Yuxi finished dressing up and looked at Lin Feng with a smile. You have been acting weird in your circle of friends from last night until just now. What's wrong? The tone was teasing, and it was obvious that she knew why. Lin Feng cleared his throat. Nothing, let's eat. Zhang Yuxi yawned and got up. She lost 50,000 today, and she felt so sad. Now she focuses on studying, and hasn't made much money from filming TV series. Dad, good morning. Good morning, Zhang Yuxi, come and eat, I have to go to school soon. Zhang Yuxi smiled. Today, Mom doesn't need to send me to school, Brother Sibeo will. At this time, Sibeo, the sunny boy, came downstairs and greeted everyone with a smile. Joe Killen sighed. All the children in our family are very good looking. It is said that people who are involved in sports are dressed very sloppily, like ascetics. But Sibeo is different. He dresses up every day and is particularly sunny. Zhang Yuxi asked, Dad, what are you doing today? Going to drive a sports car. Lin Feng exclaimed, then remembered, and hesitated. Zhang Yuxi smiled and said, just go if you think it's interesting. Anyway, we don't expect you to make much money. Happiness is the most important thing. Lin Feng thought for a while. Okay, I'll run around today and take a look around the city. Now Zhang Yuxi is in junior high school, and Lin Feng has basically never gone out to play, unless he travels on holidays. Zhang Yuxi thought of something. This new year, I want to go skiing in Tokyo. Their family has a 5-star hotel in Tokyo, including a self-built ski resort, which they haven't been to for a year or two. Or go to Nail Island. This is a private island of their family, and they haven't been there for a year or two. Lin Feng reminded Zhang Yuxi, during the new year, your brother Dabeo and sister Keisha are getting married, have you forgotten? I'll discuss with my in-laws these days, how much the bride price is, and how to prepare it. Their family has experience in marrying off daughters, but not in marrying daughters-in-law, but it's roughly the same, and the location is in Beijing. Zhang Yuxi said, I'm on vacation tomorrow, let's discuss this together, or go directly to Beijing. It happens to be Saturday and Sunday, Zhang Yuxi is on vacation, Sibeo is also at home, let him take care of Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi was dissatisfied, I don't need to take care of him, I'm already in junior high school, and I can go with you. Sibeo said, how about this, I'll go with you too, it's very quick to take a plane from Yangcheng to Beijing, I'll go see my eldest brother, and then my second sister will go back. After such a discussion, the itinerary was arranged. Joe Killen smiled, then your father and I will move back to our hometown today. Lin Feng, I'll take you there. After breakfast, Lin Feng packed some food, and drove them to buy some vegetable seeds before returning to their hometown. Don't underestimate the countryside, it is now developing no worse than the city, and the road goes directly to the house. It only takes 40 minutes for Lin Feng to drive them back. The family is taken care of by neighbors and the village chief, because their son is Lin Feng, and all the grandchildren are promising. Therefore, in the village of their hometown, many people are very nice to them. One reason is that the people are simple and honest, and the other is that they have something to ask of Lin Feng. Lin Feng is also generous when it comes to small favors, after all, it is just a small favor. But if it involves something he doesn't want to touch, that won't work. When he got home, the neighbor came over with a smile, you're back, why don't you stay at your son's house for a while? We'll take care of the house for you. Joe Killen smiled, that's enough, I'm still thinking about planting some crops. Before Lin Feng left, the neighbor took some local products, such as peanuts and local chickens. This needs to be packed in a bag to avoid dirtying your car worth millions, and you have to wash it later. I know your family doesn't need this. You can buy anything with money now, but this is a little gift from us, please keep it. Lin Feng kept saying thank you. The neighbor sighed, you are different from Chen Liaowu in the third team. No wonder you make a lot of money and your children are all promising. Lin Feng didn't understand, and Joe Killen told him that Chen Liaowu has made a lot of money from contracting projects in the past few years. I heard that if it's not millions, it must be tens of millions, or even hundreds of millions. He spent 1 or 2 million to build a big villa in his hometown. He always looks down on everyone. Lin Feng said, oh, he had no impression. Neighbors and the whole village have a very high opinion of Lin Feng, not only because of his status and achievements, but also because after Lin Feng became rich, he really did a lot of practical things for his hometown. He didn't spend much effort, but he spent a lot of money. Everyone in the village remembers it. Some families with difficult conditions, Lin Feng also helped them, and he could also help their children who had difficulty finding jobs. Every time he went back to his hometown, many people came to give him chickens, ducks, eggs, sweet potatoes and other things. There is nothing valuable in the countryside, just these. As expected, if you mention the devil will appear. Lin Feng went back after lunch with a full trunk of things, and everyone was sighing. This person was gone after falling. When he left, he said hello and chatted. Who would have thought that he would leave so quickly? After returning home and sorting out all the things, I accidentally crushed a few eggs, and my pocket was torn, so the trunk was full of dirt. After I finished cleaning up, I went to wash the car. After washing the car, Lin Feng started to download an app called Taxi Convenience. After a while of operation, he became a driver. Then, he grabbed a business inexplicably. Lin Feng. He looked at the time and asked the owner of the car wash, "Is it ready?" The owner of the car wash smiled and said, okay, this is a coupon. You will get a discount next time you come to wash your car. Don't think that car washes only cost more than 50 yuan. There are also 100, 200 and other prices. Some even spend thousands of yuan after overall maintenance. Lin Feng took the coupon. Yeah, okay. The owner of the car wash heard Lin Feng's phone say, "Your customer is 2 kilometers away from you, please leave as soon as possible. This app is impatient and keeps urging you." The owner of the car wash thought he had heard it wrong. "Brother, are you driving a taxi?" Lin Feng hummed and drove away, leaving the car wash owner disheveled in the wind. Chapter 788 Experience Life. He took out his phone and wrote on his own social media account. Everyone knows that I am the owner of a car wash shop. I usually wash luxury cars, some worth millions, and once I washed a car worth tens of millions. Generally, the customers who come to our shop are either rich or noble. Many famous bigwigs are regular customers of our shop. You also know that there is a national dad who is my customer. There are pictures to prove it. Today, this dad just washed his car and went to drive a taxi. Yes, he went to drive a taxi. If anyone is lucky enough to take this car today, you can take a look. My car is washed very clean. You can come to wash your car here. It must be said that this boss is a talent. At the end of the topic, he did not forget to promote his car wash. The comments section was also quite lively. I'm dying of laughter. Guess why he took a taxi? Boss, you're so smart. If I had a car, why would I take a taxi? That's right. If I had a car, I wouldn't take a taxi. So even if I took a taxi and saw it, I wouldn't go to your car wash, right? Come on, everyone upstairs, why are you focusing on such weird things? Yes, the point is that the national dad actually drives a luxury car to drive a taxi. No way, can I get a glimpse of my future father-in-law and ride in $1 million luxury car? Quick, tell me the address, I want to take a taxi. It's over, the pressure is put on my colleagues. This industry is too competitive, ha. Please give me the address. I want to take a taxi. Rounding it off, I'm also from their family. I don't know if the person who took the taxi is a young lady or a young man. How happy are you? As a taxi driver, I'm trembling. Is the industry so competitive now? It's terrible. Didn't I hear that he is quite rich? Why is he driving a taxi? Is it all packaged? Someone, get this idiot out. At Urbeo, let her know the news. Soon, Urbeo also received the message and replied, "My dad's new hobby, I hope he is happy." There was another comment below. Dad Lin, if I had a grandson to hold, I wouldn't have to drive a taxi, Alice. This comment has received thousands of likes and is still rising. Urbeo replied below, "Doghead." Lin Feng didn't know all this and drove to pick up customers. So many people are standing on the roadside, who are they? Observing their expressions, there was a young lady holding a mobile phone, looking at the photos, then looking at the car, a little bit unbelievable. She hesitated and came over. "Hello, may I ask who you are?" Lin Feng smiled. "Are you the customer with the last number 8055? The young lady exclaimed, covering her mouth. "Is it really you?" Lin Feng reminded her, "Please get in the car as soon as possible, you can't park here for too long." The young lady hurriedly got in the car, and then stared at Lin Feng, not embarrassed at all. "Why do you want to drive a taxi?" "Because you're short of money." "Yes, you can't be short of money. Your family is so rich, and several children are more than enough to support you. Are you trying to experience life? Is that right?" How did you think of driving a taxi? Lin Feng replied, well, I want to find something to do, and miss, I'm driving. The meaning is, can you be quiet for a moment? The young lady restrained her excitement. Sorry, I've only seen you online, but this is the first time I've met you in person. I'm so excited that I won't say anything. Then, she took out her phone to record a video. Just drive, don't worry about me. Everyone, look, this is Kwanman Daddy. I got his car today, and I'm his first customer. Look, he's super handsome. You can't tell he's in his 50s at all. My phone doesn't have beauty filters. Let me show you the luxury car. It's beautiful. It's super comfortable to sit in. After sending the video, the young lady put down her phone. Uncle, can I go to another place later? I'll place an order, and you can grab it, okay? Lin Feng had no problem. The young girl didn't get off the car after arriving at the destination, and took another taxi to another place. Lin Feng took a closer look, and he was shocked. The fare was more than 180 yuan. The young girl giggled. Thank you for your hard work. Lin Feng shook his head and laughed. He was fooled, and he wouldn't do that next time. After the young girl uploaded her video, the news that usually only had a few dozen likes and a few comments was now forwarded over 1,000 times and commented on hundreds of times. All of them were full of envy and jealousy of her good fortune. The girl happily looked at her phone and said, Uncle, I'm not in a hurry, drive slowly. Now she regretted it. She should have gone to her hometown just now. It would take several hours to drive. She slapped her forehead, with a look of regret, and continued to read the comments. Such a good opportunity, go and ask, if you still want a daughter-in-law. Can you ask him for a good job? If it were me, I would want a good job. What job or not, open up your mind, we want to be a family. Yes, we want to be a family. The girl thought, yes, it's better to seize this opportunity to promote herself and see if she can be his daughter-in-law. So, clearing her throat, the girl introduced herself seriously. My name is Zhao Jinggai. I'm 23 years old this year, graduated from graduate school, majoring in tourism. Lin Feng looked at her in confusion. The girl smiled and asked, well, I know that your family has a son who is not married yet, right? Well, do you think I can do it? Lin Feng was stunned. After all, he was a worldly person. Little girl, we adults usually don't interfere in the emotional affairs of several children in my family. Then can you give me his contact information? We can chat? And I like him very much, and I also like his sports. I didn't have the opportunity before, but now I have the opportunity, I want to give it a try. After listening to the little girl's words, Lin Feng felt that the road ahead was a bit long. In the end, Lin Feng compromised and gave the little girl an email address. This email address is used for office and personal purposes, and Sabeo uses it for everything. Send him an email and see what he means. But, you can't tell anyone about this, okay? The little girl said happily, thank you, uncle. Finally, the car arrived at the destination. The little girl wanted to imitate the way just now, but was rejected by Lin Feng. We are all adults, don't play like this. The little girl pursed her lips. Well, this location was written randomly by me, but I really need to go back now. My home is over there. Lin Feng. On the way back, the little girl was much quieter. After all, she got what she wanted, and the rest depends on her own efforts. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 789 4 million endorsement fee. On the way back, the little girl was not only unusually quiet, but also acted like a different person. She did this just to leave a good impression on Lin Feng, the possible, probably, perhaps, dreaming future father-in-law. Seeing her like this, Lin Feng became curious and couldn't help but ask the girl about her family situation. The little girl answered every question. My family is engaged in agricultural wholesale. We rented all the hills in the countryside to grow fruits. The business is pretty good. I am the only daughter in the family. My parents are not on the city, but in the neighboring city. I am here because of work. Lin Feng asked casually, what is your current job? The little girl smiled shyly. I am currently working in my father's friend's company as a warehouse manager. The job is still very leisurely. As they chatted, The atmosphere became relaxed, and the little girl began to show her true colors again. Can I ask, it said online that Erbao's husband's family is from a rich second generation, is that true? When will Sanbao and Xiao Yuan get married? People outside say they've already got married in a low-key manner, is that true? Why hasn't Xiaobao come out to act? A lot of people are looking forward to it. I heard that your agent is you, is that true? Lin Feng answered these questions ambiguously. Little girl, we're here. The little girl got off the car reluctantly. Goodbye, uncle. Lin Feng smiled. Goodbye. The first business was coming up, and as soon as it was over, the app started to remind someone to place an order. This time, it was time to grab the order, and Lin Feng was a step slower, so the order was taken away by someone else. He didn't care, and wandered around aimlessly, looking at the old street scenes. It must be said that the city has changed a lot in the past few years. At this time, a call came in, from an unfamiliar number. The prefix was 400. Lin Feng picked up the phone and saw that it was the customer service of the app platform, saying that they wanted to cooperate with him. Let Lin Feng endorse their app, and said that after hanging up the phone, a senior executive would contact him, etc. Sure enough, after hanging up the phone, a private number called the next second, and the caller ID was from another place. The caller introduced himself and invited Lin Feng to endorse their app with enthusiasm and sincerity, and the reward was 4 million. Lin Feng did not refuse directly, but asked him to think about it and give him an answer tomorrow. The other party will call again at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. After hanging up the phone, Lin Feng happened to grab an order, which was quite close and was to the hospital in the city. When he came to the community, he saw a woman holding her belly, looking pale and anxious standing on the side of the road. There was no strong sun that day, but her forehead was full of sweat. Lin Feng asked, "Is it the last number of the mobile phone, 1257? The woman nodded, "Yes, it's me. I feel a little uncomfortable and need to go to the hospital." Lin Feng got out of the car and helped her sit down, and then fastened the seatbelt before starting the car. Through the rearview mirror, the woman kept crying and looked a little emotional. A pregnant woman who was alone outside, with a big belly, crying and about to give birth, and no one around her, must have something wrong. Lin Feng didn't know what was going on, so he didn't dare to speak. "Mom, adjust your breathing and try to calm yourself down. There are only 2 more intersections to the hospital." The pregnant woman cried with tears on her face, holding her belly. "It hurts so much, it hurts so much. My heart hurts too." It was a red light at this time, and Lin Feng had no choice but to make an exception. The woman was still crying, and someone was chasing after the car, warning him to stop. When the other party caught up to the passenger seat, Lin Feng explained loudly, "There is a pregnant woman in my car who is about to give birth, and she is not in good condition." The handsome uncle wearing sunglasses whispered into the walkie-talkie on his shoulder, and then said to Lin Feng, "Follow me, it's rush hour now." Lin Feng immediately followed him, and it was because of this that he knew that if he followed the original route, he would definitely be stuck on the bridge. The other party sounded the alarm and escorted Lin Feng's car all the way, clearing the way. Because of him, they arrived at the hospital quickly. Lin Feng carried the pregnant woman out of the car and put her on the stretcher under the escort of the handsome uncle. "Family members, please register." Lin Feng wanted to say something, but when he saw the woman screaming in pain, he started to register. After he finished writing, the nurse came over and asked, "She's about to give birth, go and register. This is the doctor's order." Lin Feng. He turned around and explained to the cutest handsome uncle, "She's my passenger, I'm just a taxi driver." Seeing this, the handsome uncle claimed, "Special situation, special treatment, I won't hold you responsible." He added, "Just be a good person and help me. I have work to do here, and I'll come to you later." Indeed, the intercom kept calling. Lin Feng nodded and went to register. Because of his special status, he could go through some exclusive channels. "Family members, your wife is about to give birth. Have you prepared the baby's things?" "She's not my wife, she's my passenger, I'm just a taxi driver." Does she have a mobile phone? You can contact her family. No matter what happened, in this situation, family members are not needed. After a while, the nurse ran out and handed the phone to Lin Feng. "He will be here soon. You wait for him outside with your phone. I can't leave because of something." Lin Feng held his phone and waited at the door. 10 minutes later, A handsome young man in a black coat came hurriedly. Are you Zhang Xiaoding's husband? Oh, yes, I am. You are. I'm a taxi driver. This is your wife's phone. She is in the obstetrics department on the 3rd floor. How much is it? I'll give it to you now. No, go see her. Thank you, master. Thank you, master. After saying that, the man ran directly to the 3rd floor with his phone. It seems that they have a good relationship. Lin Feng didn't think about it anymore and drove home to cook. The meal was ready, and Zhang Yuxi, Xiaobao and Sibao also came back. Sibao and Xiaobao are both surfing experts and know everything that happens on the internet. What's more, she also follows Bao. At the dinner table, Xiaobao laughed so hard that he shared the girl's subsequent story. It was basically about how easygoing Lin Feng was and how young he looked. He was obviously in his 50s, but he looked like he was 30. Moreover, the little girl began to fantasize that maybe something could really happen between her and Sibao. Sibao listened calmly, not interested at all. He already had a girlfriend, although they were not married yet. Dad, you only did one business today. No way. Who said I only did one business? I did another business, and it happened to be a pregnant woman who was about to give birth. Needless to say, this day of driving was indeed a wonderful experience. Xiaobao asked, how much did you make? Do you want to treat us to dinner tomorrow? Lin Feng replied, 400, but I lost 10,000. Because the pregnant woman was about to give birth, he paid 10,000 at a time for the hospitalization fee and the medicine for delivery. Lin Feng added, however, this app platform wants to invite me to be their spokesperson. I'm still considering it. Xiaobao was curious, how much is the endorsement fee? 4 million. Xiaobao opened his eyes wide. Sure, Dad, this price can be negotiated. Then do you want to be the spokesperson? Lin Feng ate his meal. I haven't thought about it yet. Think about it, and give me an answer tomorrow night. Lin Feng has never endorsed anything before, and he used to market with Xiaobao. If you really want to be the spokesperson, I'll ask a lawyer to check it out. If it's reliable, I'll be the spokesperson. Sibao, who had been silent, spoke up. This app has hundreds of millions of users and has always had a good reputation. Lin Feng smiled. Well, I'll think about it carefully. After a pause, he asked his wife, you're on vacation tomorrow, should we go to Beijing? If we go, I'll call Keisha's family. Zhang Yuxi nodded. Let's go. The man will go there, and pay more attention to this aspect, which can show that you value the marriage. Lin Feng immediately called Keisha's parents and said that he would leave for Beijing tomorrow to discuss the marriage of the 2 children. The other party was naturally very happy to do so and even said he would prepare lunch for them. Chapter 790, a rare treat for dinner. The flight was at 9 in the morning. We arrived in Beijing at 12:30, just in time for lunch. At 6, Lin Feng got up to clean up and make breakfast. At 7, he received a call from the pregnant woman's husband and couldn't stop saying thank you. While cleaning up, Lin Feng asked, congratulations on becoming a father. The husband said, daughter, 5.8 kilograms, this is all thanks to the master, and thank you for paying the hospital bills. Where are you? I'll send the money over now. Lin Feng, how about this, you add me as a friend and transfer the money. 15 minutes later, the other party transferred the money and noted, thank you, master. Lin Feng replied, you're welcome. After cleaning up, the family took a plane and arrived in Beijing at 12:25. Because they were discussing the other party's marriage, Lin Feng did not tell Bao and the others about this trip. He would go to see them after things were discussed. Keisha's parents came to pick them up at the airport. Lin Feng smiled, we can come here by ourselves, why do you have to go all the way here? Keisha's father said with a smile, we will definitely come, we will be a family in the future. Keisha's mother has a graceful Jiangnan temperament. When she walks with Zhang Yuxi, the latter is slightly better in terms of appearance and temperament. Over the years, Zhang Yuxi has not only taken good care of herself, but also done Pilates, yoga, and tried to be self-disciplined in fitness. In addition, her bone structure is beautiful. Even if she has lost collagen, she looks only in her early 40s in her 50s. They are all well-dressed people, and they attract the attention of people around them. Lunch was eaten at home, and the food was cooked by aunt. After dinner, Xiaobao said consciously that he wanted to go out with Sanbao and go to see Sibao and sister Jiai. There is also going to find her Bao sister, etc. Anyway, he is very busy, not less than them. Sibao and Zhuan Jiai used to live in an apartment, but now they live in a bin villa given by Zhuan's father. At first, Sibao refused sternly because he had money. Although among the four, no, perhaps among the 5 children, he is the poorest. But tens of millions can still be taken out, and he has also had a side job in the past few years, making a lot of money. Zhuan's father advised, you can save the money for buying a house to live in the future. Anyway, I have several houses in Beijing. Sibao decided on the spot, my father-in-law is right. Xiaobao, Sanbao called Sibao, he was not at home, but Zhuan Jiai was. Wait for me first, I just didn't eat, I will treat you at noon. By the way, you should also call the second sister to see if she has eaten. If she hasn't eaten, let's eat together. Sanbao called Erbao. Erbao, who had eaten at that time, immediately changed his mind. Eat, my 4th brother invites me to dinner once in a century, why shouldn't I go? And I want to eat a lot. Speaking of Dabao, Erbao said, I called yesterday, he said he had a project on hand, and he was probably not free, but I still called to ask. As a result, Dabao had a project on hand and couldn't leave, so when they left, the family could have a meal. After that, he said with regret, it's a rare occasion that my 4th brother invites me to dinner. Hey, you guys should eat more for me. Xiaobao was stunned for a moment, and asked Sanbao with emotion, how stingy must brother Sibao be to make brother Dabao and sister Erbao have such an attitude? Sanbao thought for a while and said, I don't know about Beijing. Anyway, when I come here on business trips occasionally, I always invite him to dinner. He rarely invites me. Xiaobao recalled that brother Sibao in his memory was not a stingy person. Keisha is not in China, and Qin Zhang has work tasks. When he comes back, the brothers will still get together. Xiaobao added the two in the group, regretting that they are not there. You never know when Qin Zhang will come back, just like Erbao said. As a wife, she doesn't know when Qin Zhang will return home. However, she has always liked freedom, and she was unwilling to fall into Qin Zhang's hands. Now that it is like this, she is already very satisfied. Keisha said, I will return to China tomorrow, and if nothing unexpected happens, I will have dinner with everyone. Xiaobao replied, great, then wait for the eldest sister-in-law to come back. The word sister-in-law made Keisha blush. Xiaobao used to only call herself Sister Keisha, but now he knows that they are talking about marriage, so he immediately changed his words to sister-in-law. Zhuan Jiai was also in the group and asked, your 4th brother said you were coming to our house, where are you guys? Xiaobao replied, downstairs. Zhuan Jiai, come to my house and sit for a while, your 4th brother will come back to change clothes, let's go together. I have already booked the restaurant. Xiaobao, no problem, pen tip, pen refill. 10 minutes later, we arrived at Sibao's villa. The last time I came was a little different from this time. There was more home flavor, and the house had more additions, many of which were designed by Zhuan Jiai. Sit down, here. Zhuan Jiai brought a fruit plate and a snack plate and asked Xiaobao, do you want to watch TV? Xiaobao smiled, cast a movie, whatever, I can do it. Zhuan Jiai finally gave the choice to Sanbao, and Sanbao cast Moonlight Boy. Xiaobao couldn't sit still while eating. Sister Jiai, please take me around. I feel that the changes here are quite big. Zhuan Jiai smiled, come on, I'll show you your room. The villa has 3 bedrooms and 2 living rooms, a baby room, a guest room, and a master bedroom. Later, Sibao vacated the study room and moved it to the balcony of the master bedroom, and gave the study room to Sanbao. In this family, any of the children can suffer, but not Xiaobao. Xiaobao blinked, why do you want to make a room for me? Zhuan Jiai smiled, your 4th brother said that you will definitely come to our house often when you come to Beijing to study in the future, so we have to prepare a room for you. Xiaobao looked at his room, and the decoration was in the style he liked. It was probably based on the rooms in the castle now, so the style is very similar. Zhuan Jiai asked, if you are not satisfied, we will change it later. Xiaobao nodded repeatedly, no, it's already very good like this. She thought, if she didn't pass the exam to come to Beijing, wouldn't it be a waste? As if she could see what she was thinking, Zhuan Jiai said, your 4th brother also said that no matter whether you can pass the exam or not, the family will reserve a room for you. Did your second sister's family also reserve a room for you? Erbeo's house is much bigger than this one, because she is rich. She is the richest among the 5 people. In addition, she likes big houses and will organize a party in the future, so the house is big enough. There is a guest room upstairs with a bathroom, which is decorated for Xiaobao to live in. The size of the house was given to Xiaobao, and it was the design drawing made by Xiaobao himself, and then given to Erbeao to decorate. Sibao's voice came from downstairs, and he came back. He took a shower and changed clothes in less than 5 minutes. I don't know how he did it. Let's go, I'll treat you to a big meal. When they arrived at the destination, Erbeao was already waiting, smiling at Sibao. Put down the bold words, today, I will see if I don't eat you down. I came prepared. Sibao laughed, I'm not afraid, come on. After that, he asked the waiter to bring more free snacks. Erbeao immediately laughed at him, 4th brother, can't you be more generous? I'm your second sister. Sibao replied, I'm still your 4th brother, why can't you save some money for me? Sanbao slowly opened the menu and ordered all the special dishes. Because he had eaten them before, he knew that they were not only delicious, but also expensive. Chapter 791 Even if she is fat, she is still a fat beauty. Erbeao, who was arguing with Sibao, gave a thumbs up when he heard the dishes ordered by Sanbao. He turned around and ordered a few more dishes without using the menu. Sibao kept saying enough, don't waste food. You know what we should do. Erbeao waved his hand, don't worry, I can definitely finish it today. There is no problem at all, because I have already taken stomach strengthening and digestion promoting tablets. Sibao gave a thumbs up and couldn't help but exclaim. Second sister, you are so cruel. Erbeao held his cheek and said with a smile, nonsense, you rarely treat me to a meal, so I will have to eat until I have to lean on the wall to go back. Sibao laughed and scolded, just fill yourself to death, didn't you say you wanted to lose weight? How can you lose weight if you eat so much? You will cry again when you get fat later. Don't eat yourself into a big fat girl just to rip me off. It's not worth it. Erbeao looked like she didn't care and shook her long hair. I am naturally beautiful. Even if I am fat, I am still a fat beauty. I can still charm a lot of young men. Sibao laughed, you are just showing off in front of us. If you have the guts, tell this to my second brother-in-law and see how he punishes you. Erbeao said with disdain, him? I am afraid of him? What a joke. Sibao slapped the table, if you have the guts, say it again. I admire you. Erbeao snorted and decisively repeated what he just said, adding at the end. He is just inferior to me in beauty. Besides him, many handsome guys are obsessed with me. Then, she heard Sibao's unbridled laughter. Xiaobao held back his laughter. Sister Erbeao, brother Sibao recorded what happened just now and sent it to his second brother-in-law. Erbeao was shocked, you little thief, you want to hurt me. Sibao was playing with his phone, tisk, you are such a talker, wait until my second brother-in-law comes back and see how he punishes you. Erbeao was silent for 2 seconds, then laughed again, it doesn't matter, let's drink and enjoy today, why bother so much? Just then, the dishes came up one after another. Erbeao said, big brother and sister Keixia didn't come today, and my husband happened to be away too, I don't know how much money I saved for you. Sibao invited everyone to eat, he was a fast eater and had a big appetite, it was natural. He stood up and pretended to eat everything up, eat more, talk less. Erbeao cursed, you bastard, you don't follow martial ethics, this is mine. Zhuangjiai and Sanbao were used to it and picked up dishes for Xiaobao. What's more, in front of her future husband, Zhuangjiai said, your brother Sibao is getting crazier and crazier, don't worry about him. Sanbao looked calm, as if nothing could make him change color, which made Xiaobao wonder if he had facial paralysis. He once naively went to Lin Feng and asked him to take Sanbao to see a doctor. What if it was facial paralysis? Early detection and early treatment. Since his brothers and sisters were all out of town, Xiaobao rarely lived with them, and most of the time they chatted across the internet. Even when eating together, Erbeao and Sibao didn't act like such a monster. It was probably because mom and dad were there, or maybe Sibao's brother was really getting crazier and crazier. Xiaobao thought to himself and grinned, I'll eat faster and eat more. Then, he took out his mobile phone, recorded the scene of the two of them pouncing on food like hungry wolves, and went back to show it to mom and dad. Finally, Erbeo was defeated. She couldn't beat the blessed Sibeo, and waved her hands repeatedly. I can't eat anymore, no more. Sibeo looked at her with contempt. Waste. Erbeo was so angry. You are great, you are just better than waste, that's all. They didn't order much, and Erbeo had already eaten, so there were 2 dishes left. Sibeo waved her hand and asked the waiter to pack it up. Heat up these 2 dishes, they will be more delicious. Erbeo took out a stomach-strengthening and digestion-promoting tablet from his bag and looked at Sibeo with a smile. Now our brother Sibeo is quite good at managing the household. He hasn't even gotten married yet, but he already has the awareness of being frugal and managing the household like a married man. Sibeo laughed. Of course, our family is different from yours. We are poor, and I am not very capable. Unlike you, the president, you make tens of millions a year, well, a few hundred million. Last year, you were on the Forbes list. We can't compete with you. Erbeo shook his head, looking proud. Of course, I want to be a queen and make a lot of money, ha 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 ha. Sibeo laughed. What do you want to do with so much money? Of course, I want to find. Erbeo stopped talking in time and shouted at Sibeo, it's none of your business. Erbeo and Sibeo have loved fighting and quarreling since they were young. Because Erbeo can't beat Sibeo, he has never lost in verbal skills. Now he is in his 30s, but he still acts like a child when he meets. Sanbeo reminded them, watch your words, Zaya Abeo is still here. Erbeo said quickly. Zaya Abeo, forget everything I said just now. I'll take you out to play later. We'll have dinner together tonight. Big brother isn't here, so I'll treat you. Because Dabeo is too busy, Erbeo is responsible for organizing the parties for the brothers and sisters to stay in touch. On the other side, after lunch, Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi discussed the marriage with Keixia's parents. They didn't ask for much in the betrothal gifts, which were all based on the general prices in Beijing. Keixia's parents had already planned what the dowry would be. On the man's side, Lin Feng also wrote down the order, and both parents were very satisfied after reading it. They all knew what kind of family the other party came from, and they also knew the other party's financial conditions. If the Lin family only had Dabeo as a child, and he married Keixia, they would be evenly matched and well matched. But the Lin family has several children, all of whom are outstanding, so the Lin family has a higher lintel. It seems that Keixia is marrying up, and in fact it is true. Erbeo's husband's family, Sanbeo's boyfriend, and Sibeo's girlfriend Zhuan's family, all of them are perfect matches. This is not the scariest thing. The scariest thing is that they are all in a free love relationship, not an arranged marriage. What does this show? It shows that the children are good enough, they know clearly what they want, and there is no messy trouble at home. Marrying into the Lin family can be said to be multifaceted. Moreover, there are many girls in Beijing who want to marry into the Lin family. I'll host in the evening and call a few children over to eat together. In the evening, they ate outside. Zaya Abeo sat next to Lin Feng. He was a little full after eating at noon, and Erbeo kept buying food when they went out to play. Zaya Abeo is not hungry now, and he doesn't want to pick up his chopsticks after eating a few bites. Dad, let me show you something. Lin Feng came over to take a look. It was Erbeo and Sibeo who were fighting over food at noon. It was hilarious. Send it to Dad, Dad will keep it. I haven't seen such a scene for a long time. It's quite nostalgic to say. Chapter 792 Sending a banner to the door. At 8:30 in the evening, the lawyer sent the investigation materials to Lin Feng's email and gave his own suggestions. You can endorse. At 9 o'clock, the other party called on time, and Lin Feng did not ask for more money and agreed to endorse. Someone from the platform will contact Lin Feng to be responsible for the subsequent endorsement work, and the contract documents will be sent by email. If there is no problem, you can sign the contract after the person in charge comes. After Lin Feng sent the contract documents to the lawyer, he closed his notebook and talked to Zhang Yuxi about what happened during the day. Of course, Lin Feng also told Dabeo about the content and results of the conversation with Keixia's parents. Go back and find an auspicious day, and we can start preparing, and do it here. Hotel, stay at our house. Lin Feng has already started planning, and Zhang Yuxi yawned and asked. Keixia will be back tomorrow. Dabeo will take some time to have dinner with us, and then go home. Let's think about this when we get home. Let's just leave it at that for today. Let's go to sleep. Lin Feng couldn't sleep. He sighed. After Dabao's wedding, we will also have Sibao's wedding, and then Sanbao's. Finally, it was Xiaobao. The children's lives all had a place to belong, and he felt happy from the bottom of his heart. At noon the next day, Keisha wore a camel coat, and she looked like an intellectual beauty. She appeared with a smile on her face. Dabao followed behind her. Unlike Keisha's exquisite appearance, Dabao looked a little rough. After this meal, he would change into work clothes and go to work on the project at hand. It felt like the handsome guy in the past would never come back. Xiaobao asked worriedly, "Brother Dabao, will you become bald like this?" Dabao thought about this question seriously. Maybe. Many of my colleagues have already started to go bald. Xiaobao was even more worried now. What should I do? Why not go for a hair transplant? It's not expensive, just tens of thousands of yuan. Dabao smiled. We'll talk about it when the time comes. I have a lot of hair, and it won't fall out all at once. Keisha came back from abroad this time, and she knew she would meet her future in-laws, so she brought some gifts. It doesn't matter whether it's expensive or not, what matters is the thought. The couple didn't open it, took it and said they would look at it when they got home, and cared about her life. Zhang Yuxi told her to take care of herself when she was out, eat well, and try not to stay up late. She also talked about their marriage, and said they would find a gentleman to choose a date when they got home. Keisha and his friends don't meet often, but she often appears on TV. Facing the camera and the reporters, she is as sharp as a sword, invincible. Privately, she restrains her edge and is a mature, stable, and sensible girl. She spoke softly, slowly and eloquently, just like her. Not to mention, she was very much like an eldest daughter-in-law. The way Dabao and Keisha get along with each other seems to be a bit respectful to outsiders, unlike Erbao and Sabao who would show their feelings on the surface. For example, now, they sit together to eat, talk about things, work, and the next arrangements. After dinner, Lin Feng and his wife followed Erbao to meet Qin's mother-in-law. The mother-in-law looked good and kept saying good things about Erbao, how filial he was, etc. Although Erbao did not live with him, he never missed festivals, family birthdays, etc. If he was delayed due to work, he would also send gifts, and would come to stay at home for a day or two every once in a while. With the nature of their son's work, it is their blessing to find such a considerate and understanding daughter-in-law. Moreover, Erbao dresses beautifully and fashionably, and has a carefree personality. Her reputation in this circle in Beijing is also polarized. However, the character of the children of the Lin family is beyond reproach, rest assured. Besides, the Qin family and the K family are now relatives after the Chinese New Year. Those people outside, do they dare to say anything? After sitting for a while, I took a plane home, had dinner outside, and then went home to sleep. The next day was Monday, and I had to work and go to school. Someone from Lin Feng's side also contacted him to discuss the cooperation and endorsement. At home, the other party wore glasses and discussed the next work with Lin Feng. For example, the shooting time, etc., just waiting for the platform to contact. At this time, Lin Feng received a call from handsome uncle, asking him to go to the station. Lin Feng didn't understand, and when he asked, he found out that when he took a taxi to send the pregnant woman, her family insisted on thanking her in front of Lin Feng. They also prepared a banner, "You come." After hearing this, the platform party realized that Lin Feng actually did such a positive energy thing. Is there a theme for publicity? When the platform party and Lin Feng arrived at the station, the woman's family had been waiting for a long time, holding a banner in their hands, and immediately came to greet them. "Thank you for saving my daughter and granddaughter, thank you. This is the banner I gave you, and there is 5,000 yuan as a thank you reward, you must take it." The parents' eyes were red with emotion. Lin Feng accepted the banner and refused the 5,000 yuan. "I won't accept this money, you can take it back to buy some baby products for the children, or buy some supplements for your daughter." Seeing that Lin Feng refused again and again, they had to give up and put the money away. The handsome uncle in the institute picked up the camera. "Let's take a photo, we should publicize good people and good deeds." Lin Feng, the girl's parents take a photo, and the platform and Lin Feng take a photo with the banner. "Since you have signed a contract with the other party, you should cooperate with the publicity." Originally, not many people knew about this matter. But the platform promoted it, and many people knew about it, and were praised by the cute little people on the internet. No wonder they can educate so many excellent children, the parents are excellent people. If this matter had not been reported by the platform, how many people would know? Well done, good people and good deeds should be publicized more. This couple is from our community. Their daughter was pregnant and almost had a miscarriage. I heard that the man found another woman and was caught by the pregnant woman. Gradually, the comments began to discuss more about the truth behind the pregnant woman. In one afternoon, they revealed the whole story, as well as the man's workplace and the mistress's workplace. It doesn't matter if you dig a little, the result shows that these two people have done a lot of disgusting things. At the man's company, and also at the woman's company. Raymond Lam didn't know what would happen next because he was filming a commercial. Raymond Lam had seen Zaya Abeo filming a commercial, and it looked quite simple, just posing a few poses, saying a few lines, and that's it. But when it came to myself, I realized that it was not only tiring, but also a lot of things to do. But after taking the endorsement fee, I have to complete the work seriously, listen to the instructions, and strive to complete the filming of the commercial as soon as possible. I set off at 5 in the morning and took a 2-hour flight to the filming location. The platform was considerate and bought him soy milk, fried dough sticks and tea eggs, and the tea eggs were even peeled. The girl should be an assistant. In short, she was busy running around and being directed by a large group of people. There was not enough for her. Raymond Lam smiled and said, "You take care of your things. I can handle the things here by myself." The girl blinked her eyes, but finally did not leave, because it was not Raymond Lam who paid the salary. If anything went wrong during the filming of this advertisement, the first to suffer would be small employees like them. Chapter 793 Shooting Endorsement. At 7:30, he started to put on makeup. Raymond Lam was reciting the script. For him, a few lines were as simple as they could be. The makeup artist was new to him. He was a cool and handsome guy, with a lot of chubby skin and clothes that were hard to understand. He was cool to others, but very nice to Raymond Lam. Because of the layers of relationships, he had a cooperative relationship with Erbeo, Sanbeo, and the group under Xiao Yong. He was still young and had outstanding abilities, so he could go to a higher level. "Boss Lin, your skin condition doesn't look like someone in his 50s at all. It looks like someone in his 30s. How do you take care of it?" The makeup artist was amazed at Raymond Lam's skin condition. "I have done makeup for many male stars, but those of your age are not as good as yours. The skin of male stars also needs to be maintained with money. Although the audience should be more tolerant of male artists, an old face appearing in front of a 4K high-definition TV will somewhat affect the viewing experience. Moreover, the younger you look, the more roles you can get. Some actors look the same age, but because they don't pay attention to skincare, they look like father and son. Some actors, in their 30s or 40s, can still get by in idol dramas as long as their skin is in good condition. But Raymond Lam is not a star. He doesn't have to rely on acting for a living, nor does he have to go down this path. But he is rich. It is normal for rich people to like skincare. But the makeup artist has only seen one person who can maintain the state of Raymond Lam. "I don't usually take care of myself. I just use the makeup of my child's mother occasionally when the weather is dry." The makeup artist didn't believe it, thinking that Raymond Lam must have a professional channel on customized skincare products. But since he said so, he couldn't continue to ask, "What cosmetics does your wife use?" Raymond Lam replied, "The internet says it's called Winter Plum. This is a high-end skincare brand, anti-aging, anti-oxidation, etc. In one word, expensive. It's too early to use it in your 20s, you can try it in your 30s, and you can use this brand at 35. The makeup artist smiled and trimmed Lin Feng's eyebrows. "Mr. Lin, your eyebrows look pretty good." After Lin Feng had undergone several facelifts, his whole face was like he had done a facelift himself. His skin condition improved, his pores became smaller, his nose blackheads disappeared, his eyebrows were less messy, and his eyes were clear. Well, after so many years, it has remained the same until now. As the makeup artist continued to work, he began to believe that Lin Feng probably didn't do any skincare. People who take care of their skin don't have a face that's so natural like him. After putting on makeup for half an hour, looking at himself in the mirror, Lin Feng felt a little unfamiliar. These eyebrows are too thick, this hair is combed too young, isn't this lipstick a bit too much? But what can he, an outsider, say? Then go change clothes, try which one is good, and then take a few photos of the effect. After selecting, the shooting will be confirmed. If the process is fast, the shooting can be completed on the same day. If the process is slow, it will last for 2 or 3 days. Anyway, the slowest is a week. Raymond Lam is 1.8 meters tall and has been doing fitness for many years. He can be said to be a walking clothes rack, so he can wear most clothes. The platform is green, light green, black, and navy blue. Raymond Lam is a silent working machine. He poses and smiles as he is asked to. Mr. Lin, you have worked hard. Can you read the previous one again? No problem. In the end, it was decided to use a navy blue suit with a dark green brooch on the chest as an embellishment. Finally, it was decided that the real shooting would start in the afternoon. At noon, everyone ate boxed lunches, but Raymond Lam had 3 dishes and 1 soup, and he ate silently. The staff came to communicate with him and talked about the details of the next shooting, such as the emotional expression of reading the lines, such as facial expression management, etc. In short, you have to fully release the charm of this mature man. But there is a premise, that is, you can't be greasy. Boss Lin, do you want to take a lunch break? Do you guys want it? If you guys want to take a break, I'll take a break. If you guys want to shoot, I can do it. The staff was stunned for a moment. They didn't expect the richest man to be so approachable. It was great. After lunch, they took a 20-minute break and continued shooting. In the morning, they accumulated experience. In the afternoon, Raymond Lam had already mastered the trick. 2 hours later, the shooting was completed. Looking at the time, it was 4:30. Everyone was very happy. They didn't expect to finish work so quickly. Raymond Lam said to the person in charge here, I'm going to remove my makeup. I'll be done soon and I'll treat everyone to dinner. The person in charge told everyone the news, and everyone was even happier. For this advertising shoot, the props team borrowed Raymond Lam's watch. This watch was given to him by Herbeo. It is worth more than 9 million on the market. Because Herbeo has channels, it can be reduced by 2 million. Moreover, this is the latest model, which shows the strength of Herbeo. After removing his makeup and changing into his own clothes, Raymond Lam felt more comfortable. The staff outside were finishing their work. Lin Feng asked the person in charge. There was a good seafood buffet restaurant here. It cost 480 per person. It was affordable and delicious. Lin Feng thought, it's good as long as you like it. Then, everyone went to the seafood buffet restaurant happily and rushed out. The person in charge explained, it's almost time for dinner. If you go late, there will be no seats. There are so many of us that we have to fight for seats. Lin Feng expressed his understanding. Fortunately, they ran fast and the distance was close. They took 90% of the seats in the restaurant. There were no seats for those who came later. Lin Feng sat down. The person in charge sat next to him and saw that he was buying a plane ticket. The latest one to go back was 11:30 in the evening. The person in charge raised the fruit wine. Mr. Lin, you have worked hard today. Thank you for your cooperation. We completed the shooting task in just 1 day. Lin Feng replied, this is what I should do. I have taken the money from the platform, so I must work hard. The person in charge sighed, you deserve to be the richest man. The person in charge of Lin Feng's table, as well as several managers, chatted and talked. Lin Feng didn't know if it was because of his age, he felt a bit out of tune with them, and he didn't understand much of the internet slang. But it was still good to chat with young people, and he liked listening to their stories. Of course, there was also gossip. Although no one was mentioned by name, except for him, everyone present understood. I know the one you are talking about. I had a headache when I worked with her last time. Is that right? She is pretty, but her personality is all based on her personality. She is not a good person by nature. Lin Feng pricked up his ears to listen. Although he was not in the entertainment industry, it was lively. Chapter 794. The children are all married. After eating for half an hour, Raymond Lam went to settle the bill first. You guys eat, I'm going to go back and pack up, and then fly back. The person in charge was reluctant to let him go. Boss Lin, sit for a while, we'll go sing and drink alone later. Raymond Lam said, no, you guys go have fun, I've bought the tickets. The two exchanged contact information, and Raymond Lam said, I'm usually a bit busy, so I may not answer the phone right away. The person in charge said that he understood. After all, he was the richest man, it was normal to be busy. As soon as Raymond Lam left, the atmosphere became more lively. The advertising circle is so small, everyone knows each other, and those sitting there are all considered industry bigwigs. Look at how well he maintains it. Who would believe it if they told others? I like his watch, but it's a pity I can't afford it. More than 9 million, he's really rich. I heard that he still has a son who is not married. How about I try? Several people immediately encouraged, if you become rich, don't forget each other, brother. Because it was a buffet, everyone ate to their heart's content, and they all thought well of Raymond Lam. For a man like this, it's okay not to be his daughter-in-law, but to be his girlfriend. What 50 or not, age is not a problem. After Lin Feng packed up, he called the platform, who had received the message, and the two ended the conversation after a few words. It was almost 1 o'clock in the morning when they arrived at the airport. When they arrived at the underground garage, they saw several young people taking pictures of their cars. There are several models of cars at home, including their own, Zhang Yuxi's, Tabeos, Urbeos. The garage is almost full, and the children don't come back many times a year anyway, so they just drive their own cars. Dabeo likes a low-key $1 million car. Urbeo likes off-road Jeep, because he sits high and can see far, and has a feeling of looking down on others. Sibeo likes sports cars, and because of his personality, Lin Feng drives his car the most. Sorry, it feels like a young man. Sanbeo likes luxury cars, the kind with beautiful appearance and beautiful interior. She really doesn't like frog heads. Today, because we are in a hurry, I made an exception and drove Sibeo's sports car. Make way, this is my car. Several young people who were taking photos crazily were stunned. They didn't expect that such a wild sports car would be driven by a handsome young man. Well, can I sit in it and take a photo? For such a reasonable request, Lin Feng chose to agree. Several young people were ecstatic and went in one by one to take photos. After the end, they kept saying thank you. Brother, is this your car? How much did you buy it for? This is my son's car. I don't know how much it cost. He rarely drives it, so I drive it. Listen, these words made several young people want to ask Lin Feng immediately. Dad, do you still need a son? See how we are. Lin Feng drove home, but there was no one at home. I learned from the news that Zhang Yuxi took Xia Arbeo to stay at her bestie's house for one night. Why? Because she is not good at cooking, and the two of them don't want to order takeout, so they unanimously decided to find a restaurant outside to have a meal. Lin Feng took a shower, looked at the quiet house, and fell asleep on the bed. The next day, I didn't want to cook when I got up, because there was no one at home, so I just had to make do with milk and Xia Arbeo's bread. He was lying on the sofa, browsing his phone, and suddenly saw a piece of news that became a hot topic. The male and female protagonists of this news had a great relationship with him. Why did the pregnant woman he picked up last time cry on the side of the road? Because she was walking downstairs and encountered her husband's mistress. She was anxious because of her pregnancy, and her emotions suddenly lost control. The only rational thing was that she knew she had a stomachache and wanted to take a taxi to the hospital. As a result, the passing taxis saw her like this and were afraid of getting into trouble, so they refused to take her. She felt wronged and sad, so she called a taxi through the app. The pain and heartache made her cry. This matter should have been over, but the key was that the girl's parents insisted on thanking Raymond Lam. Raymond Lam happened to be the spokesperson for the platform and did publicity, so this matter became popular all of a sudden. Raymond Lam continued to scroll down. After all, this man was cheating with his mistress when the train derailed. The two were colleagues in the previous company and had their own families. Now, their affairs have risen from family to the level of going through procedures. Raymond Lam sighed, and he didn't expect that he would do a good thing when he just started this business. I looked at the time. It was past 9 o'clock. I went to get something to eat. Then I drove a taxi. I had nothing to do anyway, so driving a taxi to make money was better than using my phone. Lin Feng logged into the app, and there was a photo of himself as the spokesperson on it. The platform was fast enough. As the spokesperson, Lin Feng decided to change his car today and drive Dabeos. Let's go wash the car first. The owner of the car wash saw that it was an old customer and smiled and said, Boss Lin, are you going to drive a sports car today? Lin Feng nodded, yes, I'm going to make some extra money. The boss recognized that it was Dabeo's car. When is your eldest son getting married? Lin Feng smiled, they look young, but we have started to prepare. Lin Feng didn't want outsiders to know about this kind of thing. He would wait until the marriage was finalized. After washing the car and driving the car, in order to avoid unnecessary trouble, Lin Feng decided to do some disguise. Wear sunglasses or something. As a result, a customer sitting in the back seat asked worriedly, "Master, can you see the road clearly with sunglasses on?" Lin Feng. This customer is an auntie. Since Lin Feng put on sunglasses, she has been complaining all the way, saying that wearing this thing will make you unable to see the road when driving, and it will cause accidents. She also talked about how the master is now, and lamented that the streets are full of cars now. In our time, we walked and rode bicycles to do everything. It was very rare to see people driving cars. It's better now. Almost everyone has a car at home, and the living standard has improved. Lin Feng asked, "Auntie, can you place orders through app? Can you use your mobile phone?" The auntie smiled, "I can use it, and I can watch videos. I can also make money from it, but this order is not placed by me, but by my daughter. She told me where to get on the car, the license plate number, and asked me to confirm the last digit of the mobile phone with you, and she will pick me up there. Oh, I forgot, I have to call her to let her know when I get on the car, so that my daughter won't worry." The sound of the old lady's mobile phone is louder than the speaker. After hanging up the phone, Lin Feng smiled, "And, your daughter is very filial, you are so lucky." The aunt smiled immediately, "My daughter is indeed filial, unlike my son, who is useless and makes me angry every day." With this topic, the aunt poured out her bitterness. Every family has its own problems. Lin Feng listened quietly and finally advised the aunt, "We are here, and..." "Thank you, young man. Have you packed everything?" "Yes. Oh, I didn't see you just now. You are so handsome. Are you married? Do you want me to introduce my daughter to you?" "Sorry, I am married and my children are married." The aunt was dumbfounded. Chapter 795 Wedding Planning. Lin Feng smiled and drove away to take on another business. The girl across the street came over and heard her mother's regretful expression. "What a pity, such a handsome guy, how could he get married?" The girl didn't understand what she said and was about to give the driver a 5-star rating, but she found that the driver's profile picture had changed. It became, spokesperson. The picture was enlarged. "Wow!" The daughter screamed, startling her old mother, "What's wrong? Mom, do you know who picked you up just now?" "Who?" "The richest man." "What?" The daughter sighed, "What a pity, I didn't see the real person." The aunt smiled and said, "I saw him, and the young man looked to be in his 30s. He told me that his children were married and he just didn't want me to introduce you to him." "What's wrong with my daughter?" "Wait, you said he is the richest man." "Oh, this. The daughter comforted her, it's okay, he is indeed married, and he has 5 children. And, Lin Feng also found that his avatar on the platform had been changed. He wore a small crown, which was not only shiny, but also had 3 words. Spokesperson. The platform not only gave him the shiny title of spokesperson, but also changed his daily avatars into endorsement photos. At the same time, there was a line of small words, "I will serve you wholeheartedly, please give 5-star praise." What came to him was a cute style of painting, which made Raymond Lam feel uncomfortable. After all, he was a man in his 50s. Sure enough, the next business was from a young man, a surfing expert. He didn't get in the car when it arrived, but took a lot of photos of the car, and also took himself in the photo. Finally, under Raymond Lam's urging, he got on the car and greeted excitedly. Raymond Lam smiled and reminded him, "Fasten your seat belt, otherwise you will be deducted points." The young man said, "Oh, sorry, I'm too excited, I'll fasten it now." After Raymond Lam confirmed the last digit of his mobile phone number with him, he started to set off, and the young man next to him started the live broadcast directly. "Look, I'm so lucky today. I got the car of the richest man. Let me show you." Raymond Lam kept his eyes on his nose and his nose on his heart, driving seriously, and occasionally answering some questions. It arrived soon, and the young man was particularly reluctant to leave. He asked for an autograph and asked for this and that. Raymond Lam replied with a gloomy face, "Sorry, I'm a taxi driver now. Goodbye." After that, he drove away, which caused a little dissatisfaction among the young people. After complaining for a while, she looked at the number of people watching her live broadcast. Usually, there were only 1 or 2,000, but today, There were tens of thousands. She couldn't help but show a satisfied smile. Today was a great harvest. Because of the support of the platform, Lin Feng can't even be a taxi driver now. He either takes pictures or records videos, or broadcasts live. In the afternoon, Lin Feng didn't drive out and cooked dinner at home. When the mother and daughter returned home, they smelled the fragrance of the food, and Xiaobao was very happy. "Dad, I didn't eat the meal you cooked yesterday. Mom and I miss you so much. Do you miss me or the meal I cooked?" Xiaobao tilted his head. "I miss both." Xiaobao is spoiled at home. She is spoiled, but she doesn't have any bad habits. After skipping a grade and going to junior high school, she has become more and more beautiful, and her eyebrows are especially like Zhang Yuxi. The four treasures are not only outstanding in appearance, but also academic ones, who can stand out from the crowd. As their most beloved little sister, plus acting, she naturally attracts much attention. But Xiaobao was indeed cute when she was young, but her looks were slightly inferior to her two older sisters as she grew up, and some haters even used this to make a fuss. Xiaobao didn't know all this, and she became more and more beautiful as she grew up, but not to the point of being stunning. Unlike Erbao and Sanbao, who have been beautiful since childhood. Especially Sanbao, who is stunningly beautiful, and can be ranked in the top 5 in the whole country. Just imagine, such a sister, anyone would have a shadow. But Xiaobao doesn't think that the outside world says that her grades are not good and her looks are not good, and she complains that she doesn't have the love of 4 older brothers and sisters. She can quickly adjust her mentality. Although she has little education, her heart is extremely strong. Until these few years, Xiaobao, who hated studying, suddenly opened up the Ren and Du meridians and learned a lot. In terms of appearance, she is already 3 points like Zhang Yuxi, and her facial features give people a sense of grandeur and sharpness. But when she smiles, she is a little sweet girl, very cute. After dinner, Xiaobao went to do homework, and Lin Feng called a very famous gentleman in the city. This gentleman specializes in choosing dates for weddings, and he gave 2 good dates in total. One is the 9th day of the 11th month, and the other is the 5th day of the 1st month. Lin Feng called Keixia's parents to discuss, and decided to go for the 5th day of the 1st month, so that both children would have time. The two families decided, and Lin Feng added everyone in the entire family group, saying that Dabao would get married on the 5th day of the 1st month, and asked them to arrange their work. Those who can come to help can come to help. Although there are few months, money can make things more efficient, but some things still need to be prepared. Xiaobao said, "Why don't we hold it on a private island? It will be more grand." Lin Feng had previously planned to have dinner at a 5-star hotel in the city, and then make arrangements. Later, he thought about it and decided to get married on the island. Although it is more troublesome, don't young people like romance? The wedding company that Lin Feng found is an acquaintance, and the boss is still emotional. When I took the full-month photo for the child, I only had this small company. Now you have become the richest man, and I have also made the store bigger and stronger. The store has hosted the full-month banquet, 100-day banquet, and first birthday banquet of the 4 treasures. He also planned the wedding of Raymond Lam and Zhang Yuxi, and these plans are enough for him to brag about in his industry for the rest of his life. You can communicate with my son and others about what kind of wedding you want, and then you can plan it. How would we know what young people like? Dabao didn't have time, and didn't even answer the phone. Raymond Lam had no choice but to ask his future daughter-in-law, Keixia, what requirements she had for the wedding. Keixia was slightly surprised to learn that it would be held on a private island. No requirements, just keep it simple. People say keep it simple, but you can't really keep it simple. Finally, after 2 o'clock in the morning of the next day, Dabao replied. Raymond Lam woke up with a start and called her via video. You don't have to help with the wedding. But you have to tell me what kind of wedding you want for Keixia, right? For example, what color Keixia likes, what theme she likes, and what elements she wants. You have to tell us, right? I just called Keixia, and she said to keep everything simple. What's the matter? I can't just ask you to go get the certificate. I never bothered you with your work, but you have to do this properly for me, and then send the documents over. While Dabao was still confused, Lin Feng scolded him. It's not really a scolding, but the tone was a bit bad, but it still scared Dabao. When Lin Feng saw the video, he found that there were many people around his son, and he restrained his expression and his face softened a little. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 796. The whole family is mobilized. Dad, I'll talk to Keisha about the wedding arrangements. Well, you know her best. Who doesn't want to have a unique wedding for a girl? I neglected what Dad said. Hearing his son say this, Lin Feng felt a little guilty. Dabao might have been too busy, so he didn't take it to heart. You'd better take time to talk to Keisha these days. Who are your friends? Tell me who you plan to invite. After explaining, Lin Feng said with concern, Okay, I won't say much. You should get some rest. Everyone needs you, and your family needs you too, understand? After hanging up the phone, he turned around and found Zhang Yuxi awake. Did I wake you up? What else? Why did this elderly couple talk so harshly? Sure enough, Zhang Yuxi blamed her husband for being so harsh to Dabao. Your son hasn't slept yet at this hour, but you don't care about him when you video call him, and you just scold him. Don't you feel bad? Lin Feng sighed. I can't help it. I sent him so many messages and called him so many times, but he didn't reply to any of them. Zhang Yuxi, calm down. The child is busy. You should be more considerate. You don't know Dabao yet. He will definitely not be absent if he is free. The next afternoon, Dabao sent a document with a call record. The document was full of call records, asking what themes and colors he liked, etc. I probably have a direction, so I don't have to decorate the wedding scene so blindly. Suddenly, Lin Feng thought of something, about a wedding dress. Zhang Yuxi reminded him. Dabao said don't worry about the wedding dress, let her design it, there are still a few months, there's still time. Lin Feng called Dabao. Dabao was still sleeping over there. Dad, I've already started arranging the wedding dress. I've sent the wedding dress samples to my eldest sister-in-law. I'll start working on it once she's chosen one. Lin Feng didn't disturb his daughter's rest. Then you take a rest. Dad won't disturb your sleep. Now, the top priority of the family is Dabao's wedding. Lin Feng didn't go to drive a taxi, but started to work on this. Although there is a wedding team, you can't just do nothing. The selection of plates, bouquets, and wine glasses. Lin Feng couldn't help but sigh. Times have changed. It's really hard for Lin Feng to make a decision on these things, so he handed them over to the children. The reason is very good. Your eldest brother is getting married, you can't just do nothing. Dabao has already taken care of the wedding dress part. The others have each taken their own errands and are busy. The group was quiet for a while, and then Dabao spoke again. I've been married before, I have experience. I'll discuss it with the wedding boss tomorrow, and then assign the task. Please reply if you receive it. Sanbao, received. Sibao, received. Zhuanjiai, received. Keisha, got it. Xiaoyang, got it. Dabao, got it. Xiaobao, got it. In a blink of an eye, Dabao kicked Dabao and Keisha out of the group, and pulled them into another small group. Everyone. Well done. Dabao, Dad, just leave this matter to us young people. We will take care of everything. You just need to pay. Lin Feng said that he was not comforted at all, and he wanted to hit someone for no reason. Now that the children are older, they are more and more capable of making people angry. It's also thanks to my good attitude. Lin Feng, okay, then I'll leave it to you. Report to me later so that I can understand the situation. The next afternoon, Lin Feng received an email from the wedding boss, which was full of various suggestions and entertainment activities. What about jet ski competitions? What about giving Dabao questions to do, and you can only get merit if you get the questions right, etc. In short, it's lively, but it makes Lin Feng's head hurt. He called Dabao and asked, have you discussed these proposals with Dabao? Dabao answered energetically, no, but we are going to give them an unforgettable wedding, ho ha ho ha. After a pause, Dabao, it's a good thing you got married early. Dabao didn't care at all. It doesn't matter, I'm not afraid of anything. In the evening, Lin Feng showed the email to Zhang Yuxi, and looked at his wife's face. Zhang Yuxi pursed her lips, was silent for a while and said, young people nowadays have a lot of fun, but you don't have to worry, the relationship between brothers and sisters is very good, even if they go too far, there is no grudge. Lin Feng said worriedly, It doesn't matter how our family plays, but what if Keisha is not satisfied? Zhang Yuxi thought for a while and asked, how do you know what young people think? Let Bao communicate with her. Bao is busy, and it's not easy for you as a father-in-law to intervene, and I'm busy and don't have time. This kind of thing should be handled by Bao's parents. Because of Bao's situation, and the children's active work, the two of them felt relieved all of a sudden. Otherwise, why do we say that Bao is efficient? After a week, he had decided on the style of the dinner plates, wine glasses, and other plating items. The next step was the carpet, flowers, and decorations. According to Keisha's requirements, they were handed over to Sanbao. At that time, the live music, as well as the dresses of the bridesmaids and groomsmen, were also arranged by the two of them. Those who were selected to be the bridesmaids and groomsmen must keep in shape in the past few months. Sanbao didn't have time to fly all the way here to measure the size. Sibao was the errand boy, and all the errands were given to him who had the least time. Zhuanjiai also had work to do here, so she was asked to take care of the notes and small wedding bags designed by Bao. They were all small jobs that could be done at home. Xiao Yuan was also assigned his tasks. The princess crown on the bride's head and the gemstone necklace she wore had to be borrowed by Xiao Yuan. That's right, borrowing. They were kept in a private collector's house. Bao liked them very much, but unfortunately she couldn't see them. She also wanted to take this opportunity to see them with her own eyes. In a blink of an eye, it was the day when the school was about to take the final exam. Bao skipped a grade to go to junior high school. Lin Feng was worried that she couldn't keep up with the studies, but in fact, it was completely unnecessary. She had good grades, took extra classes, and asked the four treasures about difficult homework. She ranked third in the grade in the midterm exam. This junior high school was also attended by the four treasures. Some of the previous teachers have retired, and some are still teaching. Bao is more or less a celebrity. People talk about her every move in school on the internet, saying all kinds of things. Later, someone spread nonsense, and the sisters and brothers didn't tolerate it, so they directly sued the person. This is not the first one. From now on, anyone who dares to write nonsense or spread rumors will not be spared by the four treasures. Gradually, no one dared to dig up news about Bao, for fear of offending the evil spirits. Anyway, everyone knows that Bao's grades are pretty good now, and they won't disturb her from studying hard. Chapter 797 Marketing, Don't Cue Me. After the exam, Bao came back with a bad look on her face. Dad, I feel uncomfortable. My lower abdomen keeps dropping and it hurts. When Lin Feng heard this, he immediately knew what was going on and handed his daughter a glass of water. The teacher has taught you about the biology of girls, right? He had already thought of a way to express it in a tactful and non-awkward way. As a result, Bao said, I know, it means I'm grown up. It turns out that the little girl knows. Lin Feng asked her to go back and lie down, and he went back to bring the food over. Bao said that she didn't want to move and just wanted to lie on the sofa. Okay, Dad will bring you a bed and quilt, you have a good rest. Bao turned on the TV and projected the most popular fairy tale drama on the screen. After watching a few episodes, she couldn't bear to watch it anymore, so she turned out an old movie to watch. It was a thriller starring a little girl from abroad. While watching the drama, she was browsing Weibo. Because of the popularity of the new drama, this little star has become a hot topic. Originally, Bao wouldn't care, after all, there are so many people in the entertainment industry. But unfortunately, you market it, you take her to do anything, and you still use her topic. He also praised some and criticized others, saying that others acted well, while his own acting was too obvious. Bao was so angry that she immediately got angry. She immediately posted a Weibo, you can say that my grades are not good, but you can't say that my acting is bad. Lin Feng came over and saw his daughter's angry look, and hurried to show concern. What's wrong, are you upset? No, I was praised and criticized by others. Don't worry about him, there are many people like him in the entertainment industry. In the past, Bao would just laugh it off when she encountered such things. She knew the entertainment industry very well. But today, she couldn't stand this tone. It was probably because she was about to have her period, so she was very angry. She sat up, I can't stand it, I'm going to tear it apart. Then she posted a second Weibo, Let me be honest, I don't want to market with anyone, don't cue me. The comments below were all soothing, asking her not to mind. With that acting skill, why should she be marketed together with her Xiaobao? Is she worthy? When she acts, she only knows how to stare. She only has a few expressions over and over again. It's really annoying. The other party is also a little girl. I guess it wasn't her intention, it was the team. Oh my god, they actually dared to bring Xiaobao to the marketing, are they crazy? The other party is really bold. Haha, they used to market with Xiaobao secretly, and seeing that Xiaobao didn't care, now they are even more outrageous. Can't you just improve your acting skills? Why do you have to do all these nonsense? Is it interesting? Xiaobao, I won't say anything. Go ahead, fight. Xiaobao just posted 2 Weibo posts that seem to be naming names. I hope they won't go too far and just stop at the right time. Lin Feng coaxed her, come on, eat something and tell daddy how you did on the exam today. Xiaobao said weakly, I feel uncomfortable and don't want to eat. Lin Feng laughed, why, you are so old, but you still need daddy to feed you. Xiaobao tilted his head, it's not impossible. After dinner, Xiaobao went to Weibo. Well, the other party really didn't give up. In the entertainment industry, many rules have become imperceptible, and Xiaobao knows all of them. The other party's child is the same age as her. He debuted as a child star. While Xiaobao was studying, he emerged and filmed 1 or 2 popular dramas, and the team began to float. It is said on the internet that she is not as good looking as her 2 sisters, her grades are not as good as her brothers and sisters, and she is the worst child in the family. Xiaobao can recognize all these. Because it is true, there is no way to refute it. But it is not okay to say that her acting skills are not good, not as good as that little girl. Xiaobao stared at the phone, Dad, I haven't acted for a long time. It happens that I have nothing to do during the winter vacation. How about I take a play? Whatever she does, her family always lets her do it. This time, without exception, Raymond Lam agreed. As her agent, the next thing was left to him. When you were reviewing before, there were many dramas looking for you. I looked at them all. They were all pretty good. 1 or 2 were quite challenging. As soon as he said this, Xiaobao immediately became interested. Really? Let me see what dramas they are. Raymond Lam went upstairs to the study and took down a stack of scripts. Here, these are the scripts that Dad thinks are good, take a look. After you finish reading them, if you are not satisfied with any, you can also take a look at the rest. Raymond Lam not only finished reading them, but also wrote an outline of about 5,000 words for each script, with character descriptions and so on. Internet culture is different now than before. The entertainment industry is becoming more and more impetuous, and fast food entertainment has become the mainstream. Looking at the current theater movies, Raymond Lam really doesn't like many of them. And those movies with good reputations are all based on pairs. If you want Xiaobao to act, the script, the director, the team, and the actors are all very important. Therefore, Raymond Lam's vision is very high, and he always examines according to the previous standards. Xiaobao was young before, and he played some minor roles. He didn't have many roles, but they were crucial. But now it's different. Xiaobao is only in the 1st grade of junior high school, and she is 1.62 meters tall. It is estimated that she will grow to 1.7 meters. Although she looks a little smaller, she is sunny and cute, and has the temperament of a rich girl. Therefore, her acting range is wider. She can play the daughter of someone in some family dramas, or a classmate in a campus drama, etc. Of course, there are also some supporting roles with small roles but outstanding performances in big productions. When Zhang Yuxi came back, she saw her daughter lying on the sofa without sitting or standing properly, and Lin Feng took good care of her. What's wrong? Lin Feng explained, my daughter has her period, and she is lying down because she feels uncomfortable. Zhang Yuxi was stunned, put down her bag and came over, how are you now, are you feeling better? Did you buy bread? There is none at home, Mom will go buy some for you now. Xiaobao was born to them in their middle age. Although Zhang Yuxi is serious, she is actually very distressed. Lin Feng said, Xiaobao brought back some, enough. Zhang Yuxi adjusted the cushion, then lie down, it will be better. Xiaobao smiled sweetly, thank you, Mom. Well, I want to watch the show. Can you please don't disturb me? The couple left the space for Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi felt something. Zhang Yuxi has become a girl. Lin Feng said nothing, picked up some food for his wife and asked her to eat more. Zhang Yuxi is over 50 years old, and her menstruation only comes once every few months, and each time is pitifully little. If she waits a little longer, it will be completely gone. At that time, she will have to admit that she is old. On the internet, after Zhang Yuxi's 2 updates, the other team not only did not restrain themselves, but also used marketing methods for this. I have to admire their courage. However, Yuxi posted a dynamic, at the crew, at the team company, and his tone was very unfriendly. No matter how you market, don't bring Zhang Yuxi, okay. Chapter 798 Finalizing the script. An hour later. The other party deleted some articles and posts that named names, and kept those that did not name names. You said I used Zhang Yuxi for marketing, is her name on it? Where is the evidence? The other party's meaning is very clear, just want to take advantage of Zhang Yuxi's traffic. After all, there are so many child stars, and Zhang Yuxi is the best. They launched a heavy attack on the internet. In fact, the people on the company's side have contacted Yuxi. They sincerely hope that Yuxi will agree to marketing. As a condition, the artists of their company can shoot an advertisement for them for free. This made Yuxi laugh. Do you think I lack this little money? Or do you think I lack artists? As for their little prince, the most popular artist under his company is only a 3rd or 4th tier artist. This time it is rare to have a child star who is doing well, so we must promote it vigorously. Yuxi also replied to the other party, don't touch my Zhang Yuxi, understand? Yuxi is a businessman. At a young age, he made it to Forbes by himself. He is the most high profile among Lin Feng's children. No matter where he goes, he has an air of the world is great and I am the queen. She has a wide network of contacts, and the most terrifying thing is that all her achievements today come from herself. The outside world is very skeptical and believes that it must be related to her richest father, her brothers and sisters. However, looking at the business map, if there is any relationship, it is that the brothers and sisters invest in each other. But the investment is not much. So, it can be seen how skilled she is and what kind of person she is. An hour later, all the marketing posts about marketing Zhang Yuxi were deleted, and even several big verses deleted them completely. Zhang Yuxi didn't care about what was going on online, and looked at the script by himself, thinking about it. A historical TV series with many old actors. The character of Zhang Yuxi is a growing type, not likable in the early stage, and crying in the later stage. There are prototype characters as references. One is a thriller and suspense theme, which is very interesting, murder in a closed room, and she is the big boss behind the scenes. Zhang Yuxi likes it very much, but if this kind of theme has too many loopholes and the IQ is not online, then this movie is a bad movie. One is a fairy tale drama, adapted from a novel by a female god. It was so popular that it was even Yuxi and Sanbao had read this romantic fantasy. Zhang Yuxi played the heroine's childhood, and there were not many scenes, which was not challenging for her. Among the 5 dramas, Zhang Yuxi finally decided on a historical drama and a suspense thriller. She still needs to think about the latter. After all, this kind of theme is 9 out of 10 failures in the market. Raymond Lam didn't expect her to choose this, and smiled. There are some illogical parts in this drama, and the questions in it are too simple and boring. If you really want to act, we can communicate with the screenwriter and polish the script. Zhang Yuxi tilted her head. My brothers and sisters are so smart, they may be able to help, but I don't know if the screenwriter will agree to modify it. Raymond Lam found the other party's contact information. You go and communicate with them, and I will go back to the historical drama. The father and daughter divided the work and cooperated. Zhang Yuxi contacted the script party and expressed her ideas. If she wanted to act, the logic of the script should be more rigorous. The other party was a little confused, but soon agreed. If you don't know anything about the script, my brothers and sisters can help you. For example, they will design the murder questions and game methods to be more interesting, so that the viewing effect will be better. The other party was silent for a while, and asked tentatively, if this is the case, will it make the audience confused? Zhang Yuxi expressed his opinion. Good movies can be watched and pondered over and over again. If we want to do it, we will make it bigger and stronger. The other party was silent for a few seconds again. We haven't attracted any investment here. We will do our best to make it bigger and stronger. Zaya Abayo said very generously, "It's okay, we can invest, but we still need to consult the screenwriter to see what she thinks." The other party was silent for a few seconds again. "I am the screenwriter." Zaya Abayo was stunned for a moment. "Then you are very talented. This script is super good, but if it is slightly modified, it will definitely be better." Lin Feng poured a cup of hot milk for Zaya Abayo and sat down to listen to them talk. "Okay, then I'll send the script to my brothers and sisters. Don't worry, it's strictly confidential." After hanging up the phone, Zaya Abayo asked for an electronic version of the script and sent it to his 4 brothers and sisters. He briefly explained the situation, hoping that they, who are busy with all kinds of things, can take time to read the script. As a rare heroine and the final villain boss, Zaya Abayo attaches great importance to this script. The first one to reply was Sibayo. "I wish Zaya Abayo could win the Best Actress award for this drama." Zaya Abayo, rolling eyes JPG. "Thank you Jian, please show me the script." She promised that Sibayo brother didn't even know what the Golden Rooster and Golden Horse awards were, let alone the Best Actress award. The second one to reply was Urbayo. "Come, let me see what the script that our little baby likes looks like." Zaya Abayo, "It's very beautiful, ha ha ha." The third one to reply was Sanbayo. "I'll take time to read it." Dabayo didn't reply, which was what Zaya Abayo expected, and packed up and went to bed. The final exam is over, and then she will be busy with a movie, while the family is busy with Dabayo and Keisha's wedding. There's still a month and a half before the Chinese New Year, so there's still time. Listening to her second sister's report on the progress of the work, it is already 50%. The next day, the historical drama called. The first was to sign a contract, and the second was training in ancient etiquette. The training often takes a week or a week, and it must be as soon as possible. Because the filming of this drama has already started, if it is later, it will not catch up with the progress. After replying to the other party, the father and daughter immediately packed up and went to the training site. Zaya Abayo was still full of joy. Finally, he could shoot the drama. The whole person was full of motivation and vitality. After the plane arrived, he took a car to the hotel, found the place, said hello to the training teacher, and started training in the afternoon. And Raymond Lam stayed in the hotel arranged by the crew. It's not bad. This is a film and television base. Raymond Lam has also been here. Most of the hotels here are like this, but there are also excellent ones. They are all prepared for celebrities with big status and large traffic. There are several thousand or tens of thousands a night. The 2 rooms are not very big, and Raymond Lam found an assistant for the docking work. The training teacher said that it's over and we can start filming. There's nothing else to do during this period. If you have anything, please contact me. This is my phone number. If I don't answer it right away, I must be busy. Call me a few more times. Lin Feng wrote it down. "Okay, go ahead." The male assistant was very sorry. "Then I'll go ahead. Call me if you have anything." Lin Feng nodded and started to organize Zaya Abayo's things. The little girl has grown up and is no longer the little brat she used to be, so Lin Feng doesn't need to organize her underwear. He organized the wardrobe, skincare products, books, notebooks and the like. Lin Feng prepared a lot of things himself, including cooking stuff. Chapter 799. Join the group. If time was not tight, Raymond Lam wanted to drive the nanny car over so that Zaya Abayo would not have to work so hard. Suddenly, an idea came to his mind and Raymond Lam called Zhang Yuxi. Her husband and daughter were not at home, so Zhang Yuxi went to live with her best friend. At least someone cooked for her. "Let me find someone to drive the nanny car over, right?" "Sure, send me a location." After the training that day, Zaya Abayo said that it would not take a week at all, and she could finish it in 2 or 3 days. Gesture etiquette, kneeling etiquette, etc., were not a big problem for her, who had a good memory. The most challenging thing for Zaya Abayo was the lines of the characters. There were relatively few vernacular texts, and some were in classical Chinese. Every time, she had to recite a long string of lines, which was no different from reciting a text. Zaya Abayo really did what he said, and learned all the relevant etiquette in just 1.5 days, without any difficulty. Even the training teacher praised Zaya Abayo for being smart. So, on the 3rd day, he joined the crew. The crew was full of stars, all of whom were big-name veteran actors and young actors with good strength. What a coincidence, there was also the girl who had been marketing with Zaya Abayo before. Zhang Ocean. Zhang Yuxi is 1 year older than Zhang Yuxi, and is more than half a head shorter than Zhang Yuxi. She is petite and not very outstanding. Because the role she played is very likable, fans think Zhang Yuxi is also a likable girl. At least, everyone thinks so. This time, one of them plays a lady and the other plays a maid, and they are also master and servant. Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi. They really didn't know it was like this. They didn't know when they came. But Zhang Yuxi didn't care. She just filmed as she should, and Lin Feng became her assistant. She also took on the makeup artist. That's right, Lin Feng learned all the makeup in his spare time. Fortunately, Zhang Yuxi is a child with a good foundation, and a little modification will do. It doesn't require any technical content. It's hot to act in a studio on this day. Lin Feng sat on a bench with a backpack on his back, and looked at his mobile phone when he was free. The assistant director and the executive came to say hello to Lin Feng. People who don't know would think that Zhang Yuxi's status is so low and his company is so poor that he doesn't even have an assistant. At this time, he received a call and his nanny car drove over. This nanny car is a good thing. Raymond Lam gave Zhang Yuxi, who was rehearsing the lines, a look to indicate that he was outside. Thank you, I'll transfer the money to you. Your wife has already given me the money, no need to pay more. In the end, Raymond Lam still gave 500 yuan and let the young man go to eat, and drove the nanny car to the crew. Outside the studio, in addition to Zhang Yuxi's nanny car, there are 2 other nanny cars, one new and one old. Raymond Lam bought this nanny car for 800,000 yuan, which was shipped from Urbao's place. Zhang Yuxi basically doesn't use it when he doesn't act. As soon as Raymond Lam had parked the car, he saw Zhang Yuxi coming out to find him. Here. Zhang Yuxi came over happily. Ah, my little baby, here I come. Raymond Lam laughed. How many scenes are left? Zhang Yuxi replied, 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening, today's filming is over. Raymond Lam glanced at the time, then let's go have lunch and go back to the hotel. Zhang Yuxi said, no, it's good to rest here, and it's fast to act with the old actors. The crew prepared meals. If the actors are not satisfied with the taste, they can choose not to eat and let the assistants buy it themselves. The father and daughter thought the meal prepared by the crew was okay, so they ate it for the time being. I just passed by a restaurant. Dad will go there tonight to order a few dishes, or Dad will cook for you. Raymond Lam specifically asked the hotel where he was staying, and the hotel said that it was okay to cook alone, but he had to pay. Zhang Yuxi was filming, and Raymond Lam had basically nothing to do except watching. The actors were surrounded by several assistants, handing water, putting on makeup, and fanning. It was the same for both men and women, with no less than 3 assistants. Raymond Lam observed that these are the new generation who have some acting skills. And those old actors, except for the makeup artist, basically take care of themselves. Zhang Yuxi is not squeamish. When she is hot, she fans herself. When she is thirsty, she drinks from the kettle hanging on her body. When she is tired, she finds a step to sit by herself and recites the lines. At this time, an old actor next to her asked, your name is Zhang Yuxi, right? Don't you have an assistant? Zhang Yuxi smiled, my father is my assistant, but he said that I have grown up and should take care of myself. Next to her is a school bag similar to a trolley, which is small and convenient. She can sit on it as a chair when she is tired. In addition, there is a small bag around her waist, which is only enough to hold a mobile phone. The costume is not bulging. The old actor laughed. In the play, he played Zhang Yuxi's grandfather. Zhang Yuxi didn't know what was so funny. My father is also very busy. He's going to the supermarket to buy vegetables for me now, and he has to cook for me in the evening. The old actor was still laughing. Zhang Yuxi looked puzzled. The old actor said, it is unjust if this girl is not popular. Zhang Yuxi and his daughter are so low-key in the play. If it weren't for the father-daughter combination of the richest man and the richest daughter, no one would notice it here. When there is a play to shoot, Zhang Yuxi is serious and responsible, and he will never drag his feet. When there is no play to shoot, he memorizes lines, writes winter vacation homework, communicates with the editor of Secret Killer by email, and prepares for the next play. She is very busy, and her pattern will not be trapped in the world of the entertainment industry. Therefore, she will not spend her thoughts and energy on unnecessary people and things. This afternoon, she only had one play, and it would be her turn after Zhang Yuxi's rival play was over. As a result, Zhang Yuxi's condition was not good, and she had not met the director's requirements. She NG'd several times and finally became a whimpering monster. When Xiaobao finished writing the second test paper, he saw the director scolding Zhang Yuxi, and his tone was very restrained. Who would have thought that she seemed to have suffered a great grievance and cried endlessly? The director didn't indulge her. Go away and cry, and then act for me after you're done crying. If you can't do it, change someone else. The assistant came up to comfort Zhang Yuxi, and the two of them didn't know what to say in the corner. The director glanced at the time. Next scene, who's next? Xiaobao quickly put the test paper into his school bag. Director, it's me. The director's attitude towards Xiaobao was obviously much better, and his angry expression just now eased. Put on your makeup and come to shoot. The makeup artist of the crew came over and made a little touch-up, and then went on stage. The director looked at the camera, and heard Zhang Yuxi's sobbing sound, and his brows were furrowed. You said, these two children are not much different in age, why is there such a big gap? It stands to reason that Xiaobao has such a background and such a family background. Not to mention walking sideways in the entertainment industry, no one dares to mess with him. But he is not arrogant or impatient. After acting for such a long time, his acting skills are still online. Look at some people, their acting skills are mediocre. They have so many things to do, how do they get by? The thing that the entertainment industry has no shortage of is actors. Although good actors are scarce, if the pay and the script are right, they can definitely be hired. Chapter 800, Does Your Face Hurt? In today's scene, Xiaobao plays the role of young lady being punished. She lies on a stool and bites cotton cloth. The director NG'd twice, and the effect was there, but it was not interesting enough. Because the child is young, she just pretends to be in pain, but there is a big difference between real pain and fake pain. Everyone knows the reason, but they just pretend not to know. After all, the richest man's baby daughter has probably never been beaten since she was a child. Xiaobao stood up, came over to see the shooting effect, and made up his mind. Director, do it for real. Xiaobao gestured, don't hit me too hard, just let me feel the pain. The director glanced at Lin Feng, who was looking at his phone in the corner. This, can you bear it? Will your father scold you? Xiaobao patted his chest. No, my father never interferes with acting, and he is an outsider and doesn't understand. Come on, hit me for real. She also felt that her expression was a little fake just now, which made people feel distracted. Since it was real, the first stick came down. Xiaobao screamed in pain, and the veins on his neck were exposed. Lin Feng noticed something, looked up and frowned. The staff came over to explain, it's not our fault, it's your little baby who is not satisfied with the shooting effect, so she really did it. Lin Feng felt sorry for his daughter. He had never touched her finger at all, but she was beaten during the filming. Fortunately, the shot was short, and she was fine after 4 hits. Xiaobao stood up with the help of the staff and waved his hand. I'm fine, director, how about this one? The director smiled. The effect is very good, but it hurts, go down and rest quickly, I'll find someone to get you some medicine. Xiaobao smiled. That's good, my dad has blood activating and blood stasis removing medicine, maybe it's more effective than yours. The director then remembered that the richest man has a pharmaceutical processing factory and his own medicine. Lin Feng didn't say anything, at least it didn't show on his face. Does it hurt? It's okay, it doesn't hurt much. Xiaobao didn't have any scenes next, so he could go back to the hotel to rest. At dinner time in the evening, Xiaobao learned that Zhang Yuxi would not act anymore. The specific explanation was that there was a crew over there who invited her, so she quit here. Whether it is true or not is still to be determined, but what is certain is that the director is very happy and the candidate for the little maid has been found. Soon, some fans of Zhang Yuxi broke the news on Weibo. They said that the young lady squeezed the maid, causing the maid to be scolded by the director and being ignored on the set. However, because the young lady has a backstage, she is living like a fish in water. That's not all, they also said that the young lady used her power to make the maid quit. The two titles of maid and young lady were used instead, without naming names, but those who understand will understand. Aren't they talking about Xiaobao and Zhang Yuxi? Soon, Zhang Yuxi's fans began to curse under Zhang Yuxi's Weibo. Zhang Yuxi had no idea that she was doing her winter vacation homework, and Lin Feng was talking to Zhang Yuxi on the phone. During work, Zhang Yuxi usually doesn't surf the internet to affect her work. After Lin Feng hung up the phone, he found out more about this matter and it became a hot search. I heard before that Zhang Yuxi's fans are very mean, just like brainless people, and they flatter her every day. The reason why Zhang Yuxi is getting more and more arrogant now, in addition to the team, is largely due to these fans. I'm going out for a while. Oh, can you bring me some midnight snacks? What do you want to eat? Whatever. Lin Feng found the director because there were pictures and the truth, as well as videos as evidence. The video was edited, and it was the part where he scolded Zhang Yuxi, and then there was the change in his attitude towards Zhang Yuxi. Doesn't this video just confirm the comments of that fan? The director is also considered a big name in China, and he was very angry when he saw this. The director felt a little sorry that his daughter was beaten for being dedicated today, but he could have gotten over it. Zhang Yuxi insisted on taking real action because of his attitude, which was a silent expression. Not only that, Zhang Yuxi and the others played a trick on him, and he didn't want to bother with him. Leave this to me. The director is a real person, and he usually speaks the truth on Weibo. He sent a picture and a video, at the fan, and asked you if his face hurt. The picture is a long chat record, which is a conversation between the director and Zhang Yuxi's agent. The time is 2:35 p.m. Zhang Yuxi's agent, director, I'm sorry, the child is not in the state of acting today, which has caused trouble for you and the crew. Director, it's okay, the child's acting skills need to be polished well, and if the talent can't keep up, you have to work hard. Zhang Yuxi's agent, the director said that, I will go back and talk to her, it's hard to discipline children who have reached puberty. Director, it depends on the person. I think Lin Feng is very good. He was beaten for the filming effect, but he didn't say a word. Zhang Yuxi's agent didn't say anything. In a blink of an eye, the time was 6:10 p.m. Director, where are you? Lao Zhao told me that you packed up and left. Zhang Yuxi's agent, director, this is the situation. Zhang Yuxi's condition is not very good today, so I let her rest first. Director, then you left? Without saying hello? Zhang Yuxi's agent, there's a crew over there asking Zhang Yuxi to audition, and the role was decided for her, so I went there with Zhang Yuxi. Director, which crew? Zhang Yuxi's agent, the other party is still in the preparation stage and cannot be exposed for the time being. Director, are you coming back? Zhang Yuxi's agent, this is exactly what I wanted to say to the director. Zhang Yuxi is not in good condition, so she can only quit. After that, the two sides did not speak again. In another video, Zhang Yuxi was filming and Zhang Yuxi was lying on his stomach doing his winter vacation homework. The two people seemed to have nothing to do with each other, and Zhang Yuxi's acting skills were simply terrible against the background of the old actors. These two comments slapped each other in the face, and all the comments were mocking Zhang Yuxi. There were also fans of Zhang Yuxi who came out to defend her. Anyway, whatever they said made sense. Erbao reposted the Weibo, our little princess, she is so dedicated to acting, I feel so sorry for her. At the same time, Zhang Yuxi's second rank score in the whole grade was shown, only 10 points away from the first in the grade. Whether you are a fan of Zhang Yuxi or not, you know that she is not good at studying. Like Zhang Yuxi, she is a junior high school student with poor grades. She always uses the excuse that she has no time to study because of acting. Do you think Erbao is finished? Erbao posted the office of Lin Feng's private lawyer. This is not a place outside the law. Be careful when you speak and do things. Zhang Yuxi was young before and had no competitive pressure. Now that the girl has grown up, competition has come and there are more topics. Everyone thought Erbao was just a warning. Then, some people who scolded Zhang Yuxi were hung up. This wave can be said to be swift and resolute, catching people off guard. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.